To being your local cable company with coverage of local programming such as Comcast Newsmakers, the High School Game of the Week, and the Pittsburgh Steelers TV show that airs on ESPN2 on Saturdays at 11:30 a.m. This is just the beginning of our promise to localize your cable television service. This season, Comcast will air a high school football game of the week every Saturday at 7 p.m. on our FYI channel. And after the season, we will continue to bring you the playoffs leading up to the championship game. Thank you for letting us be your entertainment provider, and enjoy the game, courtesy of Comcast.
And tonight, on the Comcast Friday Night Game of the Week Special Edition, we have the WPIAL semifinals, and Chris Kaharski, I'm Alex Penarmius. A great game. North Hills, the Indians, will take on the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings, and it should be a good contest tonight.
Oh, outstanding matchup here in the semifinals. The winner of this, of course, will go to Heinz Field to play the winner of Penn Hills Upper St. Clair. Of course, there's a storyline with this game, as there is with a lot of high school football games. Of course, the big star for the North Hills Indians, Andrew Johnson. He was a Central Catholic player last year, and he transferred, and now he plays for North Hills. Of course, he's going to meet his old team today. That's one of the underlying stories in this game, and should be an interesting subplot. But the big thing here is we got two very good football teams. I can't wait to see these two teams go at it because they're so diverse in their offenses. They both play very good defense. And, you know, it's an evenly matched game. Anything can happen tonight, and that's what's great about high school football.
Well, when these guys start practicing in the summertime, the goal ultimately is Heinz Field. Tonight, one team will go to Heinz Field. One team will pack it up and go home and get ready for Christmas a little bit early. But whatever the case, we got a great game tonight, and we have a few special guests coming your way. In just a minute, we'll talk a little bit about North Hills High School and get into the specifics of that team, and then you'll be talking to Guy Junker a few minutes later on, and you'll talk about Pittsburgh Central Catholic and what it has taken to get that team here tonight. But we'll take this time out. And again, it's a great night, a cool night. Good to have you along live tonight from Newman Stadium in Wexford, Pennsylvania. The North Hills Indians will take on the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings, and you're watching it all on Comcast Friday Night Football.
You know, it's tough.
Where's he going?
Places to go.
I'll be right back. And where's she going?
Things to do.
I'll go find out.
Maybe you need a new family. Or maybe all you really need is a new table. Olhausen, America's favorite pool table.
Call West Penn Billiards. Get the best price and service only at West Penn Billiards.
Good to have you back with us on Comcast Friday Night Football. That's right, live tonight. And just a note to you that if you want to watch a brief broadcast of this contest, it'll be on tomorrow night on Comcast as well, and that kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. Joining me right now, Rick Smith from Red Zone Media, who has done many a high school game on radio in Western Pennsylvania. And what we want to talk about is the North Hills Indians, and a team that you have seen just about every week this season. They're an outstanding team, and point, if you can, to one specific of what makes this team so successful. And I know there's a lot to it. They talk about the defense, Rick, about the offense, Andrew Johnson, and all those things that combined to put this team in the semifinals. But give me your thoughts on this North Hills team and how far they can go.
Well, first of all, I think they're a very well-coached team. I think that their game plans that Coach McCurry and his staff are able to put together is competitive with any other team in the WPIAL. I also think Chris Kappas is quite a catalyst for this football team in all three aspects of the football game, both on the offensive side, running the football. He's also a very good receiver on offense. On defense, he is a tremendous defensive back. And then probably most importantly, as a kick returner and punt returner, he sets up great field position for this North Hills offense.
Let me ask you about the controversy, not necessarily controversy about this game, but a couple of the key players for this North Hills team up until last year played at Pittsburgh Central Catholic. And then after they were forced to leave the WPIAL playoffs, Andrew Johnson and also another of the players transferred to North Hills, even though Johnson did live in Westview and then the North Hills area at the time. But these two players now playing for North Hills.
Well, the other player was Josh Trembulak. He's a starting defensive back also for these North Hills Indians, and they are two very key players. Obviously, Andrew Johnson, a very key player for the Indians. Rather than focus on the negative part of the hazing incident, I prefer to focus on the positive part, and that's the coaching job that Art Walker Jr. has done for Central Catholic after losing those two key players, and also Jay Wilson that ended up going to Gateway. He has done a phenomenal job to get this team where it is now, only one loss in the season and just one step from getting to Heinz Field again. They were there 2 years ago, and if he can pull it off after losing those two very key players, Jay Wilson that was a Gateway, and Andrew Johnson, and also the other players that they lost to transfer, I think he has just pulled off one of the great coaching jobs in recent memory in the WPIAL.
Let me ask you a question. You and I talked earlier in the early part of the season this year, and we said one of the weaknesses maybe for North Hills might be that offensive line, because there were a lot of youngsters on that line, but they obviously are playing quite well right now. They have this team in the semifinals.
I think it was a weakness early in the season, the first 3 or 4 games. It took a long time for the offensive line to gel, but under the strength of Dave D'Alessandro is a phenomenal lineman on both sides of the ball, but I think his steadying influence on that offensive line has helped the rest of the linemen gel around him, and I think it's now a strength of the football team. I really do.
Well, tonight, Mr. Rick Smith, you have the call on WPIT and the Red Zone Media Network. We hope that it is a good game, and it'll be an exciting one. So good luck to you, and thanks for all of your insight into the North Hills Indians.
Nice working with you again, Alex.
Hey, I know. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
All right.
We're going to take another timeout. When we come back, it'll be Chris Kaharski, and he will talk with Guy Junker about the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings. You're watching high school football on a glorious November night, and this is Comcast Friday Night Football.
Make your house a home with distinctive gifts and collectibles from Compliments in downtown Beaver. Compliments has quickly become a destination for our endless selection of the most unique items. Welcome in every new holiday with a visit to browse Compliments seasonal displays. You'll always find the perfect gift for any occasion, and maybe even something for yourself. For the season or any reason, it's all right here. Compliments, distinctive gifts and collectibles, downtown Beaver.
Newman Stadium in Wexford, Pennsylvania. Alex Penarmius, Chris Kaharski, live. Do you believe that? For the first time this year. 12 weeks of regular season, in this game tonight live on Comcast Friday Night Football. So thanks for joining us. You're probably nice and warm wherever you happen to be watching this game, in your living room or a favorite tavern or so forth, but we got a great one tonight. And Chris, before we talk a little bit about Pittsburgh Central Catholic, let's take a look at the playoff system and how it works, not only in the WPIAL, but also in the state.
Well, the WPIAL, of course, is the Western Pennsylvania region here near Pittsburgh, and they are actually called District 7, District 7 here in Pennsylvania. We are already in the semifinals in WPIAL play. However, the PIAA has started their tournament this weekend also. So there's games going on all over the state as people are trying to get to Hershey down the road. Now, of course, these games, the winners tonight and tomorrow night in Western Pennsylvania in the WPI will play at Heinz Field next Saturday. It's a quadruple header, a great day of high school football. And, you know, that's something all these kids strive for.
Sure.
And then you want to go on to Hershey and try to win gold there. Now, of course, the winner of this game tonight is going to play the winner of Upper St. Clair Penn Hills. That game is going on tonight over at West Mifflin High School. AAA is until tomorrow night. All the games are Saturday night, but there is some AA games going on tonight also. Aliquippa's taking on Freedom, a rematch of a game earlier this season. They're from the same conference. And also Jeanette is taking on Beaver. So that should be two good football games in Class AA. And then in Class Single A, the defending champion Rochester Rams are there again. They're taking on Clareton. And also on the other side of the bracket, Stowe Rocks is taking on Clareton. And Rochester's taking on the upstart Springdale Dynamos. The Dynamos haven't been in the playoffs since they won a playoff game since 1977. Now they're back here, and they have a chance to go to Heinz Field next week. So I'll tell you what, it's an exciting time of the year. I can't wait till this game tonight, and then next week the finals, and then on to Hershey. Boy, high school football at its best here in the state of Pennsylvania.
Tomorrow, two great games. You're going to have Pine Richland, who is going to try to make their way down to the stadium, and Chris Pine Richland tomorrow night will be playing, and then also Thomas Jefferson at Monterelli Stadium will be taking on the Moon Tigers. Bill Cherpek trying to get a monkey off his back and fight his way down to Three Rivers Stadium. He's been close many a times, but has yet to make it down to Three Rivers Stadium. So 2 great games tomorrow night. Of course, Pine Richland and Blackhawk, that game tomorrow. And high school football couldn't be more alive and kicking and well here in Western Pennsylvania. We'll take another timeout, and when we come back, we are going to have Guy Junker and Chris Kaharski, and they will talk about Pittsburgh Central Catholic and the Viking season in the year 2003. We'll take this timeout. You're enjoying Friday Night Football. This is Comcast Friday Night Football.
Our butcher can cut something fresh for you right now.
Perfect.
Be sure to get to your Fresher Foodland for all your tailgating or at-home party needs. Foodland, close to home.
Hey, hold on.
Welcome back. A special edition here of Comcast Saturday Night Football. It's a Friday night. We're live here at Newman Stadium. Joining me right now, very familiar face, Guy Junker, who's going to be calling the game tonight on WJAS Radio for the NSN Sports Network. And Guy, you've seen this Pittsburgh Central Catholic team several times this year. Tell us a little bit about what they're made of and how they got this far so far.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chris. To me, the most impressive game I saw them play was the only game that they lost. They were down 21 points in the fourth quarter to the defending champion Woodland Hills Wolverines, came back, tied the game, and took the lead in overtime, only to end up losing on the 2-point conversion, 49-48. Shane Murray got his bell rung, the quarterback, in the fourth quarter of that game, had to sit out a few plays, came on, first play back in, throws a touchdown pass. They have offensive weapons that can hurt you in every way. I mean, they got the power running back in Jesse McLean. They got the fast running back in Eugene Jarvis. They got a very good wide receiver in Pat Fitzgerald. I think Shane Murray's one of the more underrated quarterbacks around the WPIAL. He's improved as the season has gone on. But I think what they really don't get any accolades for is their defense. They give up 49 points to Woodland Hills, and it almost like they took it as an insult. Since then, they shut out an excellent Baldwin team in the final game of the regular season, helped Fred Bacco to 84 yards rushing. He goes on to run for over 300 yards against Bethel Park in a playoff game. And then they shut out Woodland Hills last week. They've allowed 27 points defensively in the 4 games since they gave up those 49 to Woodland Hills. Terry Totten's their defensive coordinator, does a great job for Art Walker, and I've been very impressed with what I've seen from Central Catholic this year.
And both these programs have been to the championship game in recent years, both of them not coming away with gold and heading to the state playoffs. So they both actually have seen that situation before. What are going to be the keys for Central Catholic tonight?
Well, I think, like I said, they can beat you any way you want. You think of them sometimes. The first game that I saw them play, they threw the ball all over the place. Then I saw them play against Penn Hills. They ran the ball 46 times. They only put up 8 passes. I think they are as well balanced a team as you can have offensively. They'll run scissors plays. They'll run a pro-style formation when they pass. Yet they've started running an option late in the year. They do all kinds. They'll run out of the eye. North Hills defensively, I think if North Hills gets an early lead with the defense they have, that's going to be a very important part of the game. I haven't seen North Hills play. I've only read about them, but I think it's kind of an oversimplification. I look at the North Hills defense against the Central Catholic offense.
Well, the other thing, too, about this game, and I want to mention him, is Art Walker Jr. Went through a lot of adversity last year with the incident at the end of the season. They decided not to make the playoffs. A lot of schools might have dumped their head coach and made him the scapegoat. Central Catholic stood by him. Looked like it was a good decision because he really has built this program up over the past couple of years.
And look, I mean, he lost some marquee players. I mean, one of the great sidebars in this game, you've probably already talked about it, with Andrew Johnson playing against the team he played for last year. They lost Jay Wilson, though, their best wide receiver, to Gateway. They lost a couple of other players. Charles Dampere, very good wide receiver, went to Penn Hills, yet he kept the program together. You almost wonder a little bit, what if Andrew Johnson would have stayed at Central Catholic? Would Eugene Jarvis have gotten any playing time?
Exactly.
I think they deserve a lot of credit for keeping it together after a very unfortunate season last year.
And it's funny, most of the quotes from all the players and the coaches, it's not about Andrew Johnson versus Central Catholic, but deep down inside, these kids, in a friendly way probably, are very competitive, and they're going to be gunning for Mr. Johnson from the Central Catholic side, and Andrew probably feels like he's got something to prove too.
Well, the kids are probably more friendly than the coaches. If you're going to feel spurned when a guy leaves your school for another one, I think the coaches take it more personally than the kids are kids, and they'll probably talk about it before, they'll talk about it after, but for the time that they're out there on the field will be very serious. And I always say that this is the toughest week because the teams that lose here I really feel badly for because they're this close to going to, like you said, both of these teams have played at Heinz Field. They both ran into Woodland Hills the last 2 years, but you hate to see a team lose in the semifinal weekend when they're that close.
All right, Guy Junker, thank you. He has the call on the radio here tonight. Big night media all around.
I'd have shaved if I'd have known you were going to have me on. I'm sorry.
We appreciate you coming on. Hey, we got big football game coming up in a couple minutes. You've been watching Comcast Saturday Night Football, the Friday night edition, live here at Newman Stadium.
Looks like you've got quite a cart full, Mrs. Williams.
I love those red tags, Pete.
Stop in and check out all the great red tag savings this week at Foodland. Foodland, close to home for the holidays.
From Wexford, Pennsylvania, Alex Benarmias, Chris Kaharski on Comcast Friday Night Football. And again, tonight the big matchup in the WPIAL semifinals. These two teams are going to battle it out tonight for their opportunity to go down to Heinz Field and play for the championship. So let's talk a little bit about the teams and how they will get there. Now, of course, North Hills back in 1993 won a state championship. They played a team by the name of Central Bucks West, and they ended up that game winding down in the very last few seconds. They pulled out a 15-14 victory. And also, Pittsburgh Central Catholic won their very first state championship back a while ago. So these two teams know how to get to the championships and go beyond.
Well, yeah, and again, exactly. And they're trying to get to Heinz Field first because both of them have lost in the championship game the last couple years. North Hills comes in this year. They were the number 3 seed out of the very tough Quad North Conference. They're 9-2, suffered 2 pretty decent losses. One actually to Bethel Park was only by a point, but they also lost to Mount Lebanon earlier in the season. But in the playoffs, they've beaten Penn Trafford, they've beaten Gateway. Gateway was the number 1 seed, so everybody now saying, well, Penn Hills beat the North Hills beat the number 1 seed, so they should be headed to Heinz Field. But Pittsburgh Central Catholic has been playing better than anybody right now in Quad A. They just dominated Woodland Hills last week. They beat McKeesport by a lot of points in the first round. They were number 2 seed out of the Quad East. Jack McCurry, Art Walker Jr., 2 excellent football coaches. It's going to be an exciting game. I can't make a favorite here, Alex. It's too close to call. North Hills makes a lot of big plays, offense and defense. Central Catholic spreads the ball all over the place offensively, and as Guy Junker said before, their defense is underrated. This is a defense that has played very well as the season has gone on and gotten better and better. One thing they did do, they took their quarterback, Shane Murray, and moved him to the secondary. That's even helped them more, but it's going to be a great game here at Newman Stadium. I'm excited. Hope everybody at home sits back and enjoys some great WPIAL playoff football.
Well, quickly, you talked about these two coaches and how much they mean to these two programs. Both of these coaches coming from great pedigrees. Jack McCurry moved in North Hills back in 1978, and he has won numerous WPIAL titles. And, of course, we talked about that state championship also in 93. And he's had some great assistant coaches also through the years. And, boy, he has brought a winning tradition, not just locally with his reputation, but also back in 1986 nationally. In 87, they were the top-ranked team in the nation. So he brings a whole tradition of excellence with him. Also, talk about Art Walker Jr., whose father, Art Walker, also a head coach in Western Pennsylvania for some time, and he has really done a number down at Pittsburgh Central Catholic. And, it's great to see the exuberance of a young coach like an Art Walker Jr. and what he can do for his team and school. And somebody who's been around for a long time like Jack McCurry still keep that strive to be excellent in all that they do in North Hills.
The other thing about these two teams, at the beginning of the season, if you would have asked the experts who's going to be at Heinz Field or who's going to be in the semifinals, they would have named these two teams. I don't think either of them were in the top 5 of a lot of people's predictions. North Hills, they knew they had Andrew Johnson, but a lot of people weren't naming them at the beginning of the season. Central Catholic lost all those good players who transferred, but they've built back up and they fit some kids in key spots. So in a way, both these teams have overcome the underdog status to get here tonight with a chance to go to Heinz Field in the prime time next week. So again, it's an exciting time for both these teams, but one's going to come out the loser tonight.
Right.
It's going to be disappointing, but somebody is going to be celebrating and ready to go one more game.
Well, let's talk about what these two teams had to get through, at least last week, just to get to this game tonight. Last week, Pittsburgh Central Catholic at Plum High School had to beat defending WPIAL champion and state runner-up, the Woodland Hills Wolverines, and that in itself is no easy task, but they managed to do it. They managed to take a team, George Novak team, that was probably down a little bit this year, but still all the mystique in winning the way that they have the past number of years, and they pulled out a rather impressive 19-0 victory against Woodland Hills last week.
And the thing about that, Central Catholic, that's their hurdle, Woodland Hills. They could not beat Woodland Hills. The last 5 times they met them, sometimes it was even in the playoffs, they couldn't get past them. They finally knocked over that one hurdle. Now their next hurdle is North Hills. It's a progression step for Central Catholic. And North Hills, on the other hand, last week, nobody gave him a chance against Gateway.
Against Terry Smith, the job that he has been doing with that Gateway team has been phenomenal. Now he's going to be named athletic director out there, so he's got all the excitement of bringing this team back to the glory years of Pete Anamoreno back in the late 70s for Pittsburgh, or for, should I say, Gateway. But, boy, I think everybody, considering that Gateway was the #1 seed coming into that game, thought, North Hills has had a nice run, but it's going to end tonight.
Yeah, and again, they got an early lead last week. That was the key. They held on for at least a tie in regulation. And when overtime came around, that was the key. They held Gateway to a field goal, and then on 3rd down, Chris Kappas took it in for the Indians for the upset win, and that's what got them here tonight to take on the Vikings of Pittsburgh Central Catholic.
Yeah, that game was in overtime. Maybe we'll see a game, hopefully just as exciting here tonight in Wexford, Pennsylvania, as North Hills will take on Pittsburgh Central Catholic. Well, you stayed warm in that seat that you're enjoying the game in tonight, and we'll be right back. We're going to take this time out, and you're watching Comcast Friday Night Football.
When it comes to planning your new kitchen, turn to Manor House Kitchens, Pittsburgh's first name in kitchen design.
At Manor House Kitchens, what we do is kitchens. That's the only thing that we do. And we do it really, really well. People here really understand and know the product that they're selling, and they're proud to sell what they're selling. That's the big difference.
Manor House Kitchens. Visit our website or one of our Pittsburgh area showrooms today.
Back with you here at Newman Stadium in Wexford, Pennsylvania. Alex Penarmius, Chris Kaharski on Comcast Friday Night Football. And let's talk about your keys to the game here tonight, Chris. I know we've talked throughout the week as you and I have discussed the options of these two teams and all the skill players that these two teams have ready to go tonight. But what do you think the keys may be?
Well, the first key is big plays. North Hills is all about big plays, defensively and offensively. Last week they had a special teams touchdown, Chris Kappas returning a punt, a trick play where Kappas did the halfback option, threw a touchdown into the end zone, and Andrew Johnson, a big play, a 67-yard run. The reason Central Catholic was so successful last week against Woodland Hills, only 2 plays in that first half, over 10 yards. And Woodland Hills in the past has won games with big plays. Central stopped them. So I think the big plays tonight by North Hills, they're going to have to make them again like they did last week against Gateway. And Central Catholic has to stop them like they did last week against Woodland Hills. But the next key is the quarterbacks, and the quarterbacks are always the key in high school football because one, they handle the ball so much, and two, they're the ones who make the offense go. And we have 2 young quarterbacks playing here tonight. You got Ryan Laymeyer, who's only a sophomore, and that's another accomplishment that North Hills has made, taking a young quarterback like that who hadn't started on the varsity level and getting his team all the way to the WPIAL semifinals. Laymeyer can run the ball, he can throw the ball, but most importantly, he's got to take care of the ball. Turnovers will be a big part of any playoff game, and especially this one tonight. On the other side of the ball, you got the junior, Shane Murray. Murray's the same way. He can use his feet to hurt you, he can throw the ball to hurt you. But again, if he protects the football, it's going to give his team a better chance to win. And you know what? The third biggest part of this game tonight, and I always like to talk about this when we talk about football, is momentum. Last week, North Hills got that momentum and got them a big lead in the first half. If they can get a big lead here tonight, they're going to force Central to change some of the things they do, which is going to give the Indians a better chance to win. Central, on the other hand, they scored real quick last week. It was a 2-2 runs and then a pass to Jarvis, and all of a sudden Woodland Hills was back on their heels. That momentum, they took that through the whole game. Their defense fed off those big plays early, and they were able to maintain that. So those should be the keys tonight. It's going to be a very evenly matched game.
Keys to the game by Chris Kaharski. We're going to take a timeout, and the game is just around the corner. Kickoff. They're getting ready down there in the field. We're getting ready up here in the booth, and it's a cold one tonight, but hot and heavy high school football action coming your way. You're watching Comcast Friday Night Football.
Oh, it's tough to get the family around the table these days.
Where's he going?
Places to go.
I'll be right back. And where's she going?
Things to do.
I'll go find out.
Maybe you need a new family. Or maybe all you really need is a new table. Olhausen, America's favorite pool table.
Call West Penn Billiards. Get the best price and service only at West Penn Billiards.
Well, big game here tonight, but Chris, also in Western Pennsylvania. This is a big weekend, not only for high school football, but also tomorrow night. It's going to be Pitt taking on West Virginia. And all the fans will be tuning in around to see who's going to get Big East supremacy.
And that's going to be an exciting time. Robert Morris also playing Duquesne tomorrow night. So
exactly.
A lot of regional action. Those 4 high school games tomorrow night. The Penguins are playing tomorrow night. Everything's going on in Western Pennsylvania right now. And tonight, you know, we got those games in the WPIAL we talked about earlier. A couple City League teams playing tonight also.
Right.
Brashear is up playing in the Quad A first round of the PIAA. They're playing Erie Cathedral Prep.
Right.
And then Perry Traditional Academy is playing over on the south side tonight. They are playing the Erie Strong Vincent team. So all over Pennsylvania, it's playoff time. It's exciting here. It's exciting everywhere. And I can't wait for this football game tonight. Everybody at home, sit back and enjoy it. North Hills and Central Catholic. Doesn't get much better than this here in Western PA.
Also, we want to show a big thanks out to the people at Comcast for putting this game on, because you know, it's been tape delay all year, but tonight they pulled all the plugs out. They wanted you to see this game live tonight, so we got to thank those fine people as well.
Yeah, Doug Sansom over at Comcast and Rob Shima, the executive producer here, did everything they could to get this game to you people live. So make sure you let them Comcast people know that you enjoy high school football, and we're having a great time here, and we're glad to bring this to you tonight here in Western PA.
Also, thanks, of course, to the Light Media crew who has been making it happen all season long with Comcast Saturday Night Football.
So we're going to get to that coin toss now.
Yeah, the coin toss is going on at the center of the field. The 3 team captains out. North Hills on the bench to the near side. Pittsburgh Central Catholic as they toss on the ground. And let's wait and see who will get the opportunity to start the game on offense and who will go on defense to start tonight's contest. And it's going to be Pittsburgh Central Catholic. They have won the coin toss, but they defer until the second half of action. And so with that, North Hills will get the choice to either kick off or receive to start tonight's game from Newman Stadium. Big crowd on hand here, Chris. Both sides of the stands. They have done a lot of renovating here on the field at Newman Stadium. The stands across the way, those are brand new. Only erected about a year or so ago, and we have the McCracken Center of Excellence, I believe, on the far sidelines, and that is also brand new here, and we are getting ready to go. So the teams coming out onto the field. North Hills will elect to start this game on offense, and they will receive as Kappas goes back along with Zangaro. They are the return men for this North Hills team. And the ball will be teed up, and we're going to take a timeout and come back for the kickoff. As again, Andrew Johnson also back. So Chris, couldn't ask for better weather for high school football.
Great night here in Western PA.
Good to be up in the press box, though. I don't know, I wouldn't mind, I don't think, being down into the down into the stands, but.
Hi, I'm Joe Gamble, Vice President and General Manager for Comcast Pittsburgh, and I want to welcome you to the return of high school football on cable television. Comcast is committed to being your local cable company with coverage of local programming such as Comcast Newsmakers, the high school game of the week, and the Pittsburgh Steelers TV show that airs on ESPN2 on Saturdays at 11:30 a.m. This is just the beginning of our promise to localize your cable television service. This season, Comcast will air a high school football game of the week every Saturday at 7 p.m.
Jolie kicks it off for Pittsburgh Central Catholic, pulled in by Johnson over the 5 and 10. 15, Johnson cuts it up inside over the 20 and down at the 24-yard line. And North Hills will start out on offense, first down and 10 from their 24.
Nate Williams making the special teams play for Central Catholic, and here come the Indians, led by sophomore quarterback Ryan Laymeyer. The two players to keep an eye on, of course, number 9, Andrew Johnson, the University of Pittsburgh recruit, and also Chris Kappas, number 20. He made the big plays last week against Gateway, had the game-winning touchdown in overtime. Those are the two main offensive weapons for the Indians.
So the game just underway. First down and 10 for North Hills. The ball at their own 24-yard line. Johnson in the backfield. Kappas wing back to the near right side. Laymeyer sends a man in motion. From the bottom of the screen to the top, Laymeyer drops. Reverse handoff to Kappas on the left side. Kappas will lose yards back to the 23. So on that run, Chris Kappas took it from the right side and tried to find room. Chris on the outside left, and he is hit and dropped for about a yard loss.
And there's Nate Williams, who made the special teams tackle. The sophomore is a starter. He makes the tackle there on defense, and that's what we're going to see a lot of today. A lot of motion by North Hills, trying some misdirection, and don't expect Andrew Johnson to get 30 carries in this game. They keep him around 15 to 20 as they try to spread the ball out as much as possible.
Second down 11, Castellano to the bottom of the screen, and it's Andrew Janaski to the top. Pro set in the backfield behind Laymeyer. Second down, 11 to go. They hand it off to Johnson. Johnson sees nothing through the middle when he is stacked up and dropped for a loss back at the 19-yard line.
Excellent play that time for Central Catholic by Graham Rinn, the junior defensive end. Johnson wanted to go right initially, but then cut back to his left, but Rinn was right there. Good penetration by Central Catholic's defense to hold Johnson, actually bring him down for a loss on the play.
So Ryan Laymeyer comes in after he gets instruction from head coach Jack McCurry, and he'll take his team to the 19-yard line, where it is third down and 15 yards to go. Castellano, top of the screen. Janaski to the bottom right. The offset eye in the backfield behind Laymeyer now, who will send Kappas, the man in motion. Laymeyer, draw play, handoff, Johnson through the middle. Johnson off the left side over the 20, down at the 22-yard line. So he'll get a little bit of that yardage back, Chris, but not that much.
And it was a draw play, and John Pelusi, the junior defensive end on the other side, got Johnson by the feet just enough to bring him down, and that's the key to Andrew Johnson. You can't let him get 5-10 yards downfield, because that's when he can use his speed to his advantage. You got to bottle him up. Central Catholic did a good job on that drive, and the Indians are in punt formation.
So Chris Emmert to punt for North Hills. He'll set up inside the Indians' 10-yard line. Gets it away. And it is going to be pulled in on the run. That's Eugene Jarvis. Jarvis trying to find some room. Now crosses over middle field. Nice move, quickly brought down at the 46-yard line of North Hills, but there is a flag down on the play, Chris.
Yeah, and the kicker got run into, so let's see what the referee calls here. If it's a roughing the kicker or if it's just a running into the kicker. And that could be a big mistake by Central Catholic. They tried to put some pressure on the punter, but somebody ran into him. Let's see what the officials, how they mark it here. They're talking to the Central Catholic.
Here comes Jarvis on the return. Made a nice slip off a tackle there, and then gets over midfield and finally gets to the 45, and he gets planted into the turf.
They're giving North Hills their options right now, and the referees are, and I think it was a running into the kicker, because the other one I believe is a personal foul.
Yeah, and that'd be a 15-yarder.
And that would be a first down. So I think the Indians are trying to decide where they're going to take the yardage.
Well, they're going to decline it. So the penalty declined, and the ball will be set up at the 45-yard line of North Hills. So Pittsburgh Central Catholic, for the first time tonight, will come out on offense.
And this offense is led, of course, by junior quarterback Shane Murray. They'll go to both running backs, Eugene Jarvis and Jesse McLean. McLean and Jarvis both with big games last week against Woodland Hills.
So it is first down and 10. The Vikings at the North Hills 45-yard line. Murray under center has a man coming in motion. McLean on the handoff off the left tackle. Good spin move, 5-yard gain. down to the Indian 40-yard line.
Dave D'Alessandro bringing McLean down. First play of from scrimmage for Central Catholic. Very familiar play. That's exactly what they ran against Woodland Hills last week. 2 straight plays to McLean. Then they spread everybody out and put Jarvis out on as one of the receivers, and he scored that touchdown against the Woodland Hills secondary that put Central Catholic up early in 7-0. Let's see if Art Walker takes a similar strategy here on this first drive.
So it is 2nd down, 5 yards to go for Pittsburgh Central Catholic. At the North Hills 40-yard line, handoff. No, they fake the handoff, and it's going to be Murray who keeps it. Murray is driven back. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and then he can't go any further. There's a whole slew of North Hills Indians defenders there to make the stop.
And Matthew Zangaro was leading the way for the Indians. Murray will run the ball, and he'll run it effectively. He has done that this year. Last week, we did not see him run the ball too much. Didn't really need to. And if they call Murray's number, he'll make big plays at times. But that time, the North Hills Indians defense was there to answer.
They give Murray actually about 2 yards on the forward progress. So it'll be 3rd down and 3 yards to go, and they will go with Pat Fitzgerald to the top of the screen. McLean in the backfield along with Jarvis. Down low behind center, Shane Murray barks out the signals for the Vikings. Drops to throw. Looks, floats it over the middle into the flat, and the pass intended for tight end John Pelusi, and he got walloped as the ball hit him. Couldn't hold on, pass incomplete. It's 4th down.
Jordan Levere and Chris Kappas right there to hit the big tight end of Central Catholic. Now it's decision time for Art Walker Jr. Punt here, this is kind of middle ground here. Punt, maybe he can push North Hills back, but it's only a 4th down and about 3, Alex. Shane Murray's going to come back out in the field, and Central Catholic going to go for it. We talked about momentum. This is one of those momentum type plays. Can Central Catholic keep it here, or does North Hills make the big defensive play?
So it's 4th down, 3 yards to go. The ball is on the 38-yard line of North Hills. Murray with a lone set in the backfield, and he will pitch it out. That's Jarvis around the right side. Jarvis gets 1st down yardage and more inside the 30, 25. Finally brought down, but he'll take it all the way down to the North Hills 21-yard line.
Well, they just tried to stretch the North Hills defense out, and it worked. Opened up enough of a hole for Eugene Jarvis, the junior tailback. He popped right through and actually got good yardage once he got past the linebackers. And a big 4th down conversion for the Vikings as they are really close to the red zone.
So here we go. 1st down and 10. Ball at the 21-yard line of North Hills. Murray has the offset eye in the backfield. And they go with Fitzgerald to the top side of the screen. They go fake the pitch, and now there's a flag down in the play as they were going to fake the pitch and hand off to McLean, but let's see what the call is going to be.
That was a pre-snap foul there by somebody, I believe. It's going to be against Central Catholic. Yes, it is. Somebody moved on that offensive line, so they'll come back 5 yards here. And it's interesting, the story of Andrew Johnson transferring to North Hills did open up an opportunity for Eugene Jarvis. And even when you asked Andrew Johnson about that, he said, well, I knew Jarvis had it in him. He's got an opportunity. He's made the most of it. So it actually created a great matchup of tailbacks in this game.
1st down, 15 yards to go from the North Hills 26. Shane Murray goes with the pro set in the backfield. Back to throw, looks to Fitzgerald. Now, can't find him. He's going to take off out of the pocket, and he will take it inside the North Hills 25 to the 23. So he gets a few yards in on that run, but Levere in along with a few other North Hills Indians to make the stop on the quarterback.
And that was a pass play, but Murray could not find anybody open downfield, so credit the North Hills secondary. Wisely just tucked the ball in and tried to get some yardage. Got a couple, but the North Hills did their job on defense that time. Did not let Murray go downfield. And it'll bring up a 2nd down for the Vikings.
2nd down, 12 yards to go. The ball is at the 23-yard line of North Hills. Receivers to the left and right, I formation. Fake the handoff to Jarvis. Murray rolls to the left, dumps it, man all alone as he pulls it in. The catch, Buddy Skeels pulls it in inside the 10-yard line for Pittsburgh Central Catholic, and they'll have it 1st down and goal.
Well, Skeels was out there on Matthew Zangaro one-on-one, and Skeels put an outstanding move on Zangaro. Zangaro thought he was heading for the end zone. He kind of turned his hips and headed that way. Instead, Skeel just kind of pulled up on the pattern. You can see he's wide open there. Actually had to come back for the ball a little bit, but managed to bring it in for a 1st down for the Vikings.
1st down and goal for Pittsburgh Central Catholic at the 9-yard line of North Hills. Murray works from the eye. Hands it off deep back. Jarvis gets the call down to the 7. Let's give him to the 8. So only about a yard on that gain by the 5'7", 160-pound junior Eugene Jarvis. And that'll bring up second down and goal. Ball on the 8-yard line for Pittsburgh Central Catholic.
Mike Zerwin and Josh Tremblack making the play for the Indians. And this is where the Indians are good. They really are a good red zone defense team. All year long they've been able to stop teams down at this part of the field. So they need to come up with a big stop here. They did it against Gateway in that overtime, stopping Justin King and forcing to kick a field goal to help them win the game.
Second and goal from the 8-yard line. Murray crossed low behind center. Handoff. No, he wants to throw. Looks, he has a man in the back of the end zone. Here comes the pressure, dumps it low. It's incomplete at the goal line. He had his man. That was, again, the tight end, John Pelusi, who was there. He went down low, but the pass underthrown and incomplete.
Well, credit the pressure from North Hills there, because if Shane Murray's got an extra second there, he's got an open receiver in Pelusi. Matthew Zangaro fell down chasing Pelusi across the end zone, but Murray did not have time to set his feet and get the football to his big tight end. So this will bring up a third down for the Vikings.
That was Corey Lasik who was coming in and applying the pressure to quarterback Shane Murray. It is third down and goal for Pittsburgh Central Catholic, their opening drive of the game. From the 8-yard line of North Hills. Again, play action. Murray looks, has to reverse to his left. He's going to tuck it under and take off, and he'll make it to the 7. Coming up for the North Hills Indians, that was Mike Schmidt, the 6'1", 275-pound senior, who makes sure that Murray can't go any further.
And the North Hills Indians red zone defense holds there, so the field goal unit on the field for the Vikings. Good coverage again in the end zone by the Indians. I thought Murray might have had some open space on the left side there, but he cut it back to the middle of the field. That allowed the North Hills defense to track him down, and Schmidt brought him down first, and the Indians do a good job after giving up the big fourth down play to maybe hold the Vikings to a field goal.
24-yard attempt by Adam Shuley is up, and it's blocked, no good. Shuley tried to kick it. North Hills, Chris Kappas makes the block, and the score holds 0-0.
Kappas coming flying in. Somebody did not get enough of a body. And this guy, how about Chris Kappas? Is he a big play player? Last week he had the big punt return for a touchdown. Now he makes another special teams play. And North Hills holds the Vikings to 0 points.
And the Indians will have it first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. No score from Newman Stadium in Wexford, Pennsylvania, the WPIAL semifinals. Alex Benarmias, Chris Gaharski with you on Comcast Friday Night Football. Castellano to the bottom of the screen. Slotman also to that open side. Wing back off to the left. Misdirection on the handoff. Through the middle and nothing there. Kappas takes the handoff from quarterback Rayan Lamar, and he will take it for about a 2-yard gain as Brandon Haberjack. Nate Williams comes up, and he will make the stop.
Williams, a sophomore. We've called his number a couple times today. And to tell you what, the Central Catholic team, when you look at them, a lot of juniors, a lot of sophomores play an integral role in this team. I mean, they have some senior leadership and some really good senior players, but the future is very, very bright for Art Walker next year and down the road, and that's one reason this program has come as far as they can. Great depth here at Central Catholic.
Second down, 8 yards to go for North Hills from their own 22. Lamar goes through the receivers each way, sends a man in motion, and Lamar wants to throw. Has a man, Kappas open. It's picked off by Pittsburgh Central Catholic. Fitzpatrick inside the 20, over the 15, hurdles on his way over the 10, 5, touchdown. Pittsburgh Central Catholic draws first blood as quarterback Ryan Lamar went back to throw. Stepping it up with the interception, Pat Fitzgerald takes it all the way in for the score.
Well, Pat Fitzgerald reading the play the whole way from his safety position. He just stepped right up. The ball was a little bit overthrown by Lamar. That had a nice run back too, a 40-yard interception return for Fitzgerald, the senior. He would go into the end zone untouched for the Central Catholic touchdown. The Vikings strike first.
Adam Shuley to attempt the point after. Snap down. Kick is up. This time it's on its way, and it's good. 7-0 off the turnover by North Hills, and the Vikings take advantage. The interception returned by Pat Fitzgerald gives the Vikings the early lead here from Newman Stadium as we have 3:34 to go in this first quarter. We're going to take a timeout, and you're watching Comcast Friday Night Football.
You know, it's tough to get the family around the table these days.
Where's he going?
Places to go.
I'll be right back. And where's she going?
Things to do.
I'll go find out.
Maybe you need a new family. Or maybe all you really need is a new table. Olhausen, America's favorite pool table.
Call West Penn Billiards. Get the best price and service only at West Penn Billiards.
Wexford, Pennsylvania. Cool night, hot start for Pittsburgh Central Catholic. Not on offense necessarily, although they had their chance at a 24-yard field goal. But a Pat Fitzgerald interception give the Vikings the early lead.
Yeah, and they take advantage of the turnover, run it back into the end zone to get the early score here. So the Vikings strike first. North Hills, let's see if the offense can answer.
As it is pulled in by Andrew Johnson over the 10 and 15. Johnson tries to make a stream into the outside seam over the 20, 25, 30. And he is finally knocked out of bounds in front of the North Hills bench at the Indian 34-yard line. So the Indians will go back out on offense for the third time tonight. And maybe the third time will be a charm, as they have yet to break outside their own 30-yard line.
Well, Andrew Johnson showing his athleticism there, not only showing good speed to get to the outside, but a nice straight arm by the senior tailback. He's a big play type guy, Alex. I mean, he breaks one almost every game, and that's what Central Catholic hopes they can stop tonight. He can run people over, too, if he has to, but he uses that speed as his main weapon.
So it is first down and 10, North Hills working from their own 34. Quarterback Lehmeyer, his flags will be thrown on the turf here at Newman Stadium. We'll wait to see what that is about. Thanks to the Light Media crew, producer-director Curtis G., technical director Dan Clamert, audio director Tim McGee, tape operator Carla McGee, graphics Steve Howe, camera operators Matt Graff, Mike Reed, Pat Moore, and camera assistant Rachel Rechtenwald.
Also thank everybody here at North Allegheny High School. Bob Bizzuto, the athletic director here, They do an outstanding job of hosting this event here tonight.
All I know is they had nice cold hoagies down there. They were delicious, my friend. Did you imbibe?
Yes, I had one.
Okay, there
delicious.
You go. First down, 15 yards to go. North Hills will work from their own 29-yard line. Lehmeyer has a lone set in the backfield. He'll hand it off to Johnson around the left side. Johnson turns on those Jets, and there he goes. 45 midfield. Flag is down as Johnson will take it down to the Central Catholic 46-yard line.
But this one's coming back, Alex. There was a push in the back. Looked like one of the receivers out there for North Hills was trying to make a block, but he got his hands behind the Central Catholic defender. So he threw the flag around the 40-yard line, so that's where it'll be marked off. So
holding the call.
A bad break there, and right there you can see, I believe it was number 35 for the Indians. That's Jake Barzin. Got a little push in the back. The referee saw it, threw the flag immediately. So the big gain by Andrew Johnson is negated. They called it a holding penalty officially. Nope, they're pushing the back. That's what they signaled. So the ball come back actually to the original line of scrimmage after that penalty, but I believe it'll still be first down.
So there is 3:17 to go as Jack McCurry is on the North Hills sidelines talking things over. Jim Cassandra and some of the other North Hills coaches. So it's first down and 14 yards to go. Ball just over the 30-yard line of North Hills. They go with Johnson. The lone set in the backfield. Kappas, the motion man behind Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer will take his time under center. Has a lot of yards to make up, and they started out with Johnson again. Johnson over the 35 and quickly hustled out of bounds and hit. And I believe that was Graham Wren who comes in along with Tony Perlazy who makes the stop.
That's the one thing about Johnson. force them out of bounds if you have to. Don't let him make that cutback. And here you see Khaleesi coming up and putting a shoulder in Johnson, knocking him out of bounds. If you let him get upfield, that's where he's most dangerous. He can get some open space. It's the speed, the quickness of the Division I Pitt recruit. That's what makes him dangerous, and that's what Central Catholic has to contain.
So it is 2nd down and 8 yards to go. About a 6-yard pickup by Johnson. Laymeyer works from under center. Kappas again wing back to the near left side. Handoff goes to Andrew Johnson. Little shake and bake in the backfield. Trying to turn it forward, and he can only manage to eke out yardage to the 37-yard line. And for North Hills, that was John Palusi.
Central again bottling up Johnson, not letting him get around that corner. Andrew trying to cut it back this time. You see him cut back to his left, but Palusi comes in from the weak side that time, and that's what you're taught to do when you're defensive end, away from the play. Follow the play down, but keep your leverage. So if the running back does cut back, you can make a play. Palusi did that to perfection.
So it's 3rd down, 7 yards to go. North Hills will work from their own 38. Again, Kappas wing back near side. Receivers to the left and to the right, and Laymeyer back. Pumps, screen pass out. Kappas left side over the 40 and up to the 42. Not enough for a first down, Chris, but he will pick up about 5 yards on that screen pass on the left side, and that'll bring up 4th down, and North Hills will be forced to punt.
Well, the Indians set the screen up pretty nicely, but it looked like Kappas a little hesitant on which way to go there. Kind of ran into the pile instead of either cutting it back across the field or trying to get to the sidelines. He comes up about 2 yards short, so the Indians are forced to punt, and Central Catholic's going to get the ball back.
Eugene Jarvis, along with Fitzpatrick, back to return the punt. Chris Everett will set up inside the North Hills 30-yard line as he will await the snap from center. Takes it chest high and delivers the punt. And Fitzgerald just lets it go out of bounds, and let's see where they're going to mark the ball out on the Everett punt. It will be out at the 34-yard line. Let's take a timeout. 7-0, Pittsburgh Central Catholic with the lead, and you are enjoying Comcast Friday Night Football.
Jesus. Go deep. Go deep.
10 for the Vikings as they work from their own 34. Man in motion. Shane Murray, reverse handoff. Eugene Jarvis. Jarvis makes a nice move off that right side and will take the ball in a 5-yard gain up to the Viking 39. Maybe just shy. So the ball will be placed down at the 39-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, 5 yards to go for Pittsburgh Central Catholic. Up to the line, here they come. Quarterback Shane Murray will have a single set in the backfield. Wingman to the left and to the right. On the long count, Murray drops to throw. Looks and delivers. Pass down and pulled in. John Palusi, the big tight end, makes the outstanding turnaround catch and will back his way to the North Hills 32.
All Central Catholic needed there was time, and the front line of Central Catholic gained Shane Murray time. 4 receivers running patterns all straight down the field. Weren't enough North Hills defenders there to cover it, and Murray wisely waited just in time for one player to get wide open. It was Palusi, the tight end, brings in the catch, and the Vikings are into North Hills territory again for the 2nd time this evening.
Skills to the near side, Fitzgerald to the far side. Slots each way, left and right for Murray. Lone setback, they will hand it off to him, and he goes nowhere. As he is quickly brought down in the play on that handoff, Jesse McLean, the 5'11", 195-pound senior back takes it, and he gets back to the line. It'll be 2nd down and 10 to go. Skills checks out of the game.
Central Catholic up front, that's where they do have some experience. And, you know, the thing about it is seniors can make a difference a lot of the times, and we're going to talk about a couple of those seniors later in this first half as this first quarter comes to an end here at North Allegheny.
So, at the end of one quarter, it is a touchdown off of the interception by Fitzgerald as he takes it in for the touchdown, and the Vikings have a 7-0 lead.
Make your house a home with distinctive gifts and collectibles from Compliments in downtown Beaver. Compliments has quickly become a destination for our endless selection of the most unique items. Welcome in every new holiday with a visit to browse Compliments seasonal displays. You'll always find the perfect gift for any occasion, and maybe even something for yourself. For the season or any reason, it's all right here. Compliments distinctive gifts and collectibles, downtown Beaver.
Art Walker and his troops about him as they discuss strategy, and out they come onto the field. The Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings, and Chris in the first quarter taking a 7-0 lead. And the North Hills defense setting up, and here comes Murray working from his own, or should I say the North Hills 32-yard line out of the I formation. Eugene Jarvis makes a nice cutback. He'll take it down to the North Hills 24.
The Vikings running the draw play with Jarvis, and that play is going to get them a lot of yardage tonight, especially if they can keep completing passes to Pelusi downfield. That time North Hills bit right into the draw play. Their linebacker started backwards. It opened up a nice hole for Murray, and a good second down gain for a very good third down situation for the Vikings.
And they will send a receiver out to the far sidelines. That is Charles Totten. As a man comes in motion, that's Jarvis also to that far side, and the quarterback Murray keeps it, and he will drive forward trying to pick up first down yardage on his own. A few of the Vikings say that indeed he has picked that yardage up, but let's wait and see where the mark indeed does go.
That big offensive line for Central Catholic, led by senior Brian Hentus. Hentus getting a lot of looks from some Division I MAC teams. Also Villanova, a powerhouse in 1AA, looking at Hentus. He's not the only one. Senior Jamison O'Donnell also getting some looks from some colleges. This is a good offensive line. Steve Zumbrun, another senior for Central Catholic up front. That's where a lot of their experience is, and it has proven to be very valuable for the Central Catholic team this season.
Fitzpatrick to the top side of the screen. Murray pitch back to Jarvis. Down he goes. Oh my! What a hit coming up for North Hills. That was Josh Trembulak, and he comes up and he just nails Jarvis for a big loss.
Well, Josh Trembulak is also a transfer from Central Catholic. He came over with Andrew Johnson, and he just charges right in and makes a great open field tackle on Jarvis. Actually, Central Catholic had a lineman pulling on that play, and he couldn't even get to Trembulak, who was into the backfield before Jarvis knew what hit him. Great defensive play for the Indians.
So there is a loss of 7 yards on that play. Second down and 17, the ball on the 28-yard line of North Hills. Murray this time works from the eye. Fakes the handoff to Jarvis, fumbles the football, shovel pass out. Jarvis pulls it in and makes something special happen after a disaster, as he'll take it down the far sidelines, and they'll say he is out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. But forget that. What an outstanding play as quarterback Shane Murray went back, couldn't handle the ball, then just kind of pitched it out to Jarvis, who turned on the magic. And boy, what a great play.
And things are bouncing Central Catholic's way there. This is the old artificial turf. Old artificial turf here at North Allegheny. See him just scoop it right over to Jarvis. Got one block. That's all he needed to get down the sidelines. Get knocked out there by number 56, Dave DeLisandro for North Hills. Otherwise, he's into the end zone for the touchdown. And here come the Vikings trying to add to their lead.
They have it first down and 10 at the 11-yard line of North Hills. Murray will send Jarvis in motion. And he hands it off through the middle to McLean. And McLean on the call. Not too much there. He gets back to the line, so it'll be second down and 10. And theoretically, Chris, Pittsburgh Central Catholic could indeed pick up a first down inside their own 1-yard line.
That time Central going to the option play, something they've added to their repertoire. That's why they're so dangerous. Not only do they have all the weapons on this team offensively, they also have so many different ways they can attack you. That time they ran the option. Murray decided to hand it off to the fullback, but North Hills was there to answer for no gain on the play.
Second down 10 from the 11-yard line for Murray. Single set McLean in the backfield. Murray wants to throw into the end zone, and the pass overthrown. Trying to hit Totten, who was crossing in the end zone, but again, that pass goes incomplete. Now it's third down and 10 for the Vikings, again from the North Hills 11-yard line.
Outstanding coverage by North Hills, toughening up once again down here deep in their own end, and that time Murray with an ill-advised throw. There were 4 red shirts all around the one receiver in the end zone. Luckily, Murray kind of just sailed it out of the end zone, so nobody could get to it. But good coverage once again by North Hills. They have been really tough down here inside their 20-yard line.
Totten to the top of the screen. Pat Fitzgerald to the bottom right. From the shotgun, Murray works. Back. Here comes pressure. Dumps it over the middle. The catch made, but only caught to the 10-yard line on the reception. I believe that was Eugene Jarvis who made the catch, and he'll get a couple. It'll be 4th down and 8 yards to go. Jake Barzin makes the hit for North Hills just around the 9.5-yard line.
Yeah, Jake Barzin all over. Or was that Mike Nuke? That might have been Mike Nukebauer, actually, now that I look at the replay, Alex. But one of the North Hills Indians all over the receiver. They only rushed 4 guys, had 7 guys back in coverage that time. And once again, Central Catholic's going to try another field goal.
26-yard attempt by Adam Shuley. The kick is up and on the way, has the distance, and this time it's good. So with 8:20 to go in this first half, it is Pittsburgh Central Catholic with a 10-0 lead over North Hills.
Well, I mean, it's another moral victory there for North Hills. Central Catholic drove down, but North Hills defense got tough inside their 10. This time, however, the Vikings do convert for the 3 points. Our first offensive points of the game, really. North Hills will get the ball back here, trailing 10-0.
We'll take a timeout again. Friday night.
Our butcher can cut something fresh for you right now. Be sure to get to your Fresh at Foodland for all your tailgating or at-home party needs. Foodland, close to home.
So the 26-yard field goal by Adam Shuley will give a 10-0 advantage to the Vikings of Pittsburgh Central Catholic as they will tee it up and get set to kick it off. It's Zangaro along with Johnson and Kappas, the return man for North Hills. They will set up inside their own 10-yard line, and the ball as Shuley gets set to kick it off and get his special teams kickoff unit ready. Falls off the tee and he has to tee it up again. Not quite as windy as it was early in the week, but it still is nice and cold and a little wind swirling here at Newman Stadium. So Adam Shuley, after the 26-yard field goal, set to kick it off, and there he goes. It's a low liner. Hits Castellano, now pulled in by Kappas at the 22. Kappas going back, and he is taken down at his own 18-yard line. And that was Tony Calesi who came up and made the special team stop. So the Indians, Chris, right now, don't want to say it's desperate. Plenty of time left in this game, but they're down by 10 points.
Well, we got to get their offense in rhythm. It hasn't been in rhythm yet. They've tried Andrew Johnson several different ways, but he has not been able to find too much open room. The only time he did have a big gain, it was called back because of a penalty. So far, Central Catholic's defense has made the biggest play of this game with the interception. Let's see if North Hills can get on track here early in the second quarter.
So it is 1st down and 10 for North Hills as they work from their own 18. Hand off to Johnson on the right side, runs into one tackler but gets away and will advance the ball to the 25. And that is good for about 7 yards on that run by Mr. Andrew Johnson, the 6'1", 205-pound senior running back.
Jeff Petrilli chasing Johnson down from behind. You saw the moves there by Johnson, the quickness, dodging left and right several times, trying to avoid tacklers. He did a good job because initially wasn't much room to run for Andrew, but does get a good gain on 1st down.
2nd down, 3 yards to go. North Hills works from their 25. As they go with a extra tight end on that far side. Wing back Kappas to the near side. Laymeyer fakes the reverse to Kappas, keeps it, rolls out to the left. Has a little bit of room as he fights to the 30. And that is enough for a North Hills 1st and 10.
That's a big play right there for North Hills. Get that 1st down. Keep your offense on the field a little bit.
Got to give that defense a little time to recuperate.
Yeah, Laymeyer did a nice job of getting out behind his blockers, kind of ducking down there and making sure he ran straight forward here. He'll take the hit, but gladly take the hit for that 1st down. So North Hills moves the chains.
1st down and 10 for the Indians at their own 31. Castellano teamed up with Andrew Janeski. He has sent out his slot to the right side. Receiver to the bottom of the screen as well, and Johnson the single set in the backfield behind Laymeyer. on first down and 10. North Hills trailing by 10 points. Quarterback draw, nowhere to go. Lamar tried to find a little bit of room, but that was Jeff Schwartman who comes up, and he will make the stop on Lamar, and it's going to be a loss of a yard.
Sirkman, the 5'10", 215-pound senior for the Vikings, chasing down Lamar. I don't know if that was initially a draw. I don't know if he just didn't see anybody open right away, but nonetheless.
Pretty quick decision.
Yeah, he made a really quick decision, so lost a yard on the play. The North Hills will have to try something different.
Second down 11, the ball at the 30-yard line for the Indians of North Hills, trailing the Vikings by 10 as we are underway in quarter number 2. Handoff, Johnson. From quarterback Lamar taking it around the right side. Nice cut outside. And it looked as though Johnson was going to outrace the defense to the first down marker, but not quite there. He'll be stopped at the North Hills 38.
You can hear the excitement in the crowd as they saw Andrew Johnson see some open space for the first time tonight. P.J. Castellano was out on that side getting good block downfield, so the cornerback could not come up and shut that lane down. But again, Central's defense, you see, really comes to the ball. 4 white shirts there to make sure Andrew Johnson can't cut back. So third down coming up for the Indians.
Third down and 3 yards to go. The ball is at the Indian 38. 5:39 to go in quarter 2. 26-yard field goal by Adam Shuley, and the touchdown that was off of an interception by Pat Fitzgerald. And that is the net of 10 points for this Pittsburgh Central Catholic team. Janeski will send out to the boundary right. Bottom of the screen is Castellano. Johnson is the up back. Campus the wing to the near side left. Lamar keeps it, drives ahead, and that was planned, and he may have indeed picked up first down yardage. Chris, he takes it to the 42, and that should be first down and 10 for North Hills.
Good push up front that time by the North Hills line. Mike Schmidt, Dave DeLisandro, a couple other red shirts pushing the line, and Lamar, like Murray did in the first quarter, uses the quarterback sneak to get 3 yards and a first down for the Indians. So back-to-back 2 first downs in this drive for the Indians. That's a lot better than earlier in this game.
Indeed it is. So they're starting to perk up their offense here as there's just under 5 minutes to go in this first half, and North Hills is down by 10. They go with wide out Castellano and slot to the short right. Quarterback Lamar under center. Pro set behind him. They'll hand it off. Campus driving ahead, and Campus does a good job. You know, you hear so much about Andrew Johnson, left, right, up the middle, and all that speed. But a big playmaker this year for North Hills has indeed been Chris Campus, and he picks up 5 yards on that run.
And I like Campus. He's a true football player. He's not big, but his heart is big, and he runs hard. He'll go out and catch passes. He makes special teams plays. There you see just lowering his shoulder. That's the first time in a while we've seen both him and Andrew Johnson line up in the backfield. That's something Jack McCurry actually went to later in the season. A lot of times they would line up Campus on that wing, and Johnson being the lone setback in the backfield. They kind of went away from that towards the end of the season, but we've seen it tonight. They've gone back to it. Campus running mostly from the wing, doing some motion stuff that time, though he gets the carry from the backfield.
So it is second down, 5 yards to go. The ball resting at the Indian 47. Again, Lamar the quarterback. Johnson in the backfield. Campus wing back to the near side. Lamar fakes the reverse again. The Campus rolls to the left and has to take off with that football and gets near midfield. Just shy to the 49. He falls, and he'll be 3 yards shy, so it'll be third down and 3 for North Hills.
Great persistence by Brian Hentos that time, the big senior defensive lineman for Central Catholic. He initially took the block from Campus. Now he's a lot bigger than Campus, but you see him there pushing him out of the way and tracking down Lamar from behind. That's what you teach high school kids. Don't give up on the play even if it's going away from you. Always see if you can track him down from behind, maybe knock the ball out. Hentos makes the play that time for the Vikings.
Third down and 3 for North Hills. Ball just on their side of the 50-yard line. Campus this time wings it outright. Lamar, Johnson in the backfield and drops the throw. Looks to the right, now to the left, over into the flat, and it's tipped and incomplete. It was intended for Chris Campus, but one of the linemen for Pittsburgh Central Catholic got his big arm up in the air and swat that ball away. It's fourth down.
Well, they again trying to set up the screen pass. It was strange. It looked like some of the North Hills players were lined up to the left side. You see downfield, two Indians downfield, and then a couple blocking in the middle. I think there was some confusion on that play. It was Brian Hentoss again right there for the Vikings. Also, Graham Rinn was putting some pressure on. He saw the screen and dropped back, so I think that confused Lehmeyer a little bit.
Here comes Chris Everett to punt the ball, and he will send the low liner. Fitzgerald takes it at the 15, over the 20 and 25, 30, finds a seam to the 35-yard line, and that is where the Vikings will have it. First down and 10 to go. Alex Penarmius, Chris Kaharski with you here on a cool Friday night, and we are live tonight, but if you missed any part of this broadcast, tomorrow night on the FYI channel, there will be a replay of tonight's game.
See Fitzgerald coming up here. Jordan Levere is going to come up and make a nice open field tackle right here to limit the return, but still Central Catholic with a chance to get some more points on here before halftime.
Shane Murray, first down and 10 from his own 35-yard line. Wide eye set in the backfield. Eugene Jarvis takes it and explodes, and it's a foot race. Jarvis is gone for a touchdown. Taking it all the way in. A 65-yard touchdown run by Eugene Jarvis, and the Vikings exploding in this first half.
And that's just a play up front, a gigantic hole. The linebackers could not fill the middle. And Jarvis really just showing his speed. Once he gets through the middle of the line, there you see the Indians just couldn't converge on him. Even the speedy Andrew Johnson could not catch Jarvis from behind. The Vikings with another big play here in this game.
There goes the Shuley kick. It's on the way, and it is good. 17 for the Vikings. Nothing for North Hills as we have 2:39 to go in this first half of action. We'll take a timeout, and you're watching Comcast Friday Night Football.
The Central Catholic North Hill. Anything Central
Our butcher can cut something fresh for you right now.
Perfect.
Be sure to get to your Fresh Foodland for all your tailgating or at-home party needs. Foodland, close to home.
So the North Hills team, Chris, has to be a little despondent at this point as they are down 17 to nothing and still got a whole half and a few minutes to go here in the second quarter. But, you know, it's been just some great play by Pittsburgh Central Catholic, some good luck, and some good kicking also by Adam Shuley, and that nets them with a 17-0 advantage.
Well, North Hills defense was really good up until that one play right there by Jarvis, but it was a breakdown by the Indians. Jarvis found the open space, just used his speed the rest of the way. Big touchdown run for Jarvis puts the Central Catholic Vikings up 17-0 in a very similar situation to last week. They really held down Woodland Hills in that first half and then really took control of the game from there.
Shuley kicks it off. Taking on the bounce. Kappas retreats to get the football. Now we'll turn it upfield, and he is wrestled out at the 20-yard line. So the Indians will get it. First down and 10 at their own 20, down by 17. Jack McCurry has to go into the locker room at halftime and sit down and maybe rethink those X's and O's and get better execution. And as you said, trying to get a better flow from that offense.
Now the offense finally moved the ball a little bit in that last drive, but still couldn't get it deep enough into Central Catholic's territory. Maybe back there, put their backs against the wall here tonight. But the field position game's been won by the Vikings. They put together a couple drives, come up with 10 points off on the offensive side of the board. North Hills offense really needs to get on track here. Maybe they can do something, a big play here before halftime.
First down and 10, ball outside the 20-yard line of North Hills. Lehmeyer goes with Johnson in the backfield. He'll hand it off. Johnson right through the middle, and he gets stuffed. Can't find much there. Gets maybe a yard, maybe two, but couldn't find and hasn't really exhibited so far that great speed we know he has. He just hasn't been able to break it so far.
That's because of Central Catholic's defense. John Pelusi there once again, along with Jeff Sirickman. And, you know, I mean, Central Catholic's defense is good. Now, against this North Hills team and the Woodland Hills team last week, 5.5 quarters, actually more than 5.5 quarters, they have not given up a point. Again, that defense has been underrated all year because everybody talks about their offense, but they're playing good football right now.
Second down, 8 yards to go. The ball at the North Hills 22-yard line. Kappas in motion, and around that time they go to Kappas. Kappas on the right side, little trickery going out to Johnson. Johnson over the 35-yard line, and he is brought down at the 37-yard line. Little trickery by head coach Jack McCurry, but that's in a North Hills first down.
Well, to get them the first down, it could have been a bigger play if it wasn't for Derek Soka on that breaking a block right here. You see him come off the block and get Johnson by the feet, but North Hills running with Kappas, kind of a handoff in motion. He runs the option instead of the quarterback. Usually the quarterback's the one who's looking for the pitch man, but Johnson was there, was executed perfectly by North Hills as Johnson was untouched until he got downfield. Big first down for the Indians.
So North Hills goes with trips to the short right on first down and 10 from their own 37. Inside blitz shown by the Vikings. Lamar back. Here comes the pressure. He scrambles away. Dumps it off. Kappas at midfield. Kappas at the 45, at the 40, and down to the 35, inside the 35 to the 34. But chances are it's going to be all for naught as there are 2 flags down in the turf.
I know what the first flag was. It was a holding penalty on North Hills. That's how Laymeyer was able to get away there from the pass rush. And I don't know what the second flag was. It might have been the same call. See Laymeyer again, good pressure. But one of the, I think it's right there on 87. We'll grab at the shirt there.
I believe that was Nino Sandoval who almost had him.
I think Graham Rinn was the one who got held on the play. But,
okay.
So that's what's going to bring the big play back. And penalties have really hurt North Hills in this first half. But watch Kappas again making a big play. Laymeyer did a good job to scramble and find his open receiver, but again, the holding penalty might have been one reason that play was able to happen. So North Hills gets pushed way back here because the flag was in the backfield. So that's a gigantic penalty.
First down and 28.
Yeah, it's going to be first down, and I hate to say it, 28 yards to go. North Hills has it at their own 19. So they need to get the ball all the way up to their own 47-yard line just to pick up first down yardage. They go with Kappas wing back off on that far side of the line. Laymeyer hands off to Johnson around the right side. So he moves outside. Good stiff arm by Johnson over the 25 to the 26.
It's like North Hills right now, not too confident in their passing game. Keeping it on the ground with Andrew Johnson with 29 seconds left, clock running here in the first half. Their Indians are in no hurry. I think Jack McCurry is going to take this 17-0 deficit into the locker room. Part of that is because of the penalty there. They were up towards the 40, maybe gave them a better chance to make a couple plays. But once the penalty pushed them back another 18 yards, really kind of took them out of range there. And I think the Indians are going to be satisfied. Not satisfied, but they'll just take the deficit they have right now. One more chance. Let's see what they do with it.
Well, let's see if they even get the play off. Nope. That is it. The end of the first half. And it's been all Pittsburgh Central Catholic in this first half, as they have a 17-0 advantage. As the band's coming out, getting ready to entertain the crowds here. We're going to take a timeout. We are at halftime. Good to have you along here tonight. Alex Benarmius, Chris Kaharski, and you're enjoying Comcast Friday Night Football.
Special for dinner.
Our butcher can cut something fresh for you right now.
Perfect.
Be sure to get to your Fresher Foodland for all your tailgating or at-home party needs. Foodland, close to home.
Field here at Newman Stadium in Wexford, Pennsylvania. The halftime show brought to you by Snyder's Supreme Dairy Products, farm fresh since 1935. Could go for a nice cold glass of milk right now. They had some delicious cookies down in the press box before the game. Probably go with a hoagie as well, as Pittsburgh Central Catholic Band, Chris, comes out onto the field and they will perform. We were told earlier by the band director that there would be no field.
A lot of activity.
Or no band on the field, but I guess there's a lot of activities, going on.
A lot of activities going on tonight, but they all managed to get here. And
the few that are here managed to get here.
They're representing their school proud, and we'll get a chance to watch them a little bit here. halftime of this WPIAL Quad A semifinal.
Live tonight, Comcast Friday Night Football. We're going to let you enjoy the band. Again, brought to you by Snyder Supreme Dairy Products. And coming up a little bit later on at half, we will have a chance to see the North Hills Indians marching band. And then Chris Gaharski will go over some halftime statistics along with Jerry DePaulo. So the drum major as the band performs here. Perfect weather for high school football, heck for that matter. Perfect weather for college football. And the pros playing on Monday night.
When it comes to planning your new kitchen, turn to Manor House Kitchens, Pittsburgh's first name in kitchen design.
At Manor House Kitchens, what we do is kitchens. That's the only thing that we do. And we do it really, really well. People here really understand and know the product that they're selling, and they're proud to sell what they're selling. That's the big difference.
Manor House Kitchens. Visit our website or one of our Pittsburgh area showrooms today.
Again, this halftime show is brought to you by Schneider's Supreme Dairy Products, farm fresh since 1935. Right now, you are going to have an opportunity to enjoy the North Hills High School Fighting Indian Marching Band. And there's a lot of pride, tradition, and excellence established with this band. They've been honored to perform in numerous festivities, parades, sporting events, and competitions throughout not only Pittsburgh and throughout Pennsylvania, but all over the nation. Fighting Indians Marching Band has repeatedly earned top honors and awards, and the band brings great pride to the school and community with every performance. 110 musicians in the band, 10 majorettes and 15 on the flag line. Drum major is Brian Musgrove. And the director, who I know when I was in North Hills, is Rita Caligiris. She told me to get her good side. I'm not sure if we're going to zoom in on Rita, but congratulations to her and the great performance here of the marching band of North Hills. So again, this halftime show brought to you by Schneider's Supreme Dairy Products, farm fresh since 1935. And now we're going to let you sit back and enjoy the rest of the halftime show here with the North Hills Band.
Welcome back. It's halftime here at Newman Stadium at North Allegheny High School. 17-0, the halftime score. Pittsburgh Central Catholic leading North Hills. I am Chris Kaharski. Joining me right now from the Pittsburgh Tribune Review, the Steeler beat writer is his day job, but he also does a little moonlighting. He's the color analyst on the Red Zone Media. Game of the week on KQV. Jerry DePaula joins me. And Jerry, first half pretty much all Central Catholic.
Yeah, I think it was the mistakes by North Hills that really hurt. They had a nice run by Andrew Johnson across midfield, brought back on an illegal block. They had a pass to Kappas, brought back on a holding call. And Central Catholic has taken advantage of every opportunity they've had. They've only had the ball a few times, but they've been in the red zone where they scored a touchdown every time.
Well, North Hills defense has actually played pretty good in this first half, except for one play, but that one play killed them by Jarvis.
Yeah, I'm sure Art Walker didn't like to see Andrew Johnson leave the North Hills, but having Eugene Jarvis as a backup isn't too bad. Eugene has a nice 6 carries, 88 yards, having a real nice game. And Johnson's playing very well, too. He had a nice game called back by a penalty.
Now, North Hills is usually the team making big plays. Tonight, they haven't been able to spring any big plays, at least to get them some points. What do they have to do in the second half? What does Coach McCurry have to tell his team to get them back into this football game?
Well, I think they're still in. Anytime you have Andrew Johnson on the field, whether you're on the 20-yard line or midfield anywhere, you can score a touchdown because he is a weapon. He can score from anywhere in the field. I think that's what they need to do. I was surprised they let the half run out there, instead of trying to get the ball in his hands one more time. Even though they were on the 30-yard line, why not give the ball to Johnson? He can break a 70-yard run just like that.
You've seen a lot of high school football games this year. Central Catholic right now playing better than anybody in Western Pennsylvania?
Looks like it. I really like that Gateway team we saw a couple times this year. But, Central has good defense. They got some size on defense. And with Jarvis, they have a nice running back, and they have a nice balance.
Do you think one of these teams, either one goes on the Heinz Field next week, do you think either of these teams could end up in Hershey?
I think so, yeah. I think Central has everything it takes. They got the defense. They got the weapons on offense. They got a quarterback. It's a young team. But Art Walker Jr., he's a great coach. He really knows how to build a program. He's really brought this program back from where it was last year.
Jerry DePaula of the Pittsburgh Tribune Review joining us, Steeler beat writer. He's going to be headed to the West Coast tomorrow to go cover the Steelers and the 49ers on Monday night. Well, normally he'd be in the booth doing a AAA game, but that's not a bad trip going out to San Francisco, though, and see the Steelers, right?
Not so bad, but this AAA game is going to be pretty interesting tomorrow night.
Definitely so.
Pine Richmond and Blackhawk.
Definitely.
Good game.
What we're going to do right now is we're going to take a timeout. We got second half action coming up here on Comcast Friday Night Football. The score from North Allegheny High School, it is Pittsburgh Central Catholic 17, North Hills nothing.
It's tough to get the family around the table these days.
Where's he going?
Places to go.
I'll be right back. And where's she going?
Things to do.
I'll go find out.
Maybe you need a new family. Or maybe all you really need is a new table. Olhausen, America's favorite pool table.
Call West Penn Billiards. Get the best price and service only at West Penn Billiards.
Okay, Alex Army is Chris Kaharski back with you, and while we have a second, let us thank the mighty Light Media crew who have been doing it all year long here with high school football on Comcast Saturday Night Football, and now tonight live on Comcast Friday Night Football. Producer Director Curtis G, a pleasure to work with. Technical Director Dan Clamert, Tim McGee, always in my ear, the Audio Director, Tape Operator Carla McGee, Graphics Steve Howe, Cameraman Matt Kraft, Mike Reed, Pat Moore, Camera Assistant Rachel Rechtenwald, and also Doug Sansom from Comcast, and the Executive Director, Producer, the guy that I knew went to high school with, Rob Shima. So thanks to those guys, Comcast. They really pulled out all the plugs tonight, Chris, to get this game on live, as you'll take a look at one of the North Hills cheerleaders trying to get some energy pumped into their team as they are down at the half 17-0.
Now we got some scores from around the WPIAL. Right now, Penn Hills is leading Upper St. Clair at halftime 7-6.
And while we have some scores, we'll come back to those scores. Let's take a commercial timeout. 17-0 is your score at the half. Pittsburgh Central Catholic on top. You're watching Comcast Friday Night Football.
You asked for it. Comcast delivers high school football. every Saturday night at 7 on FYI. All the action, all of the excitement. Comcast Saturday Night Football. Local high school teams go head-to-head. Tune in to FYI every Saturday night at 7 for Comcast Saturday Night Football.
Comcast Saturday Night Football is brought to you in part by Richard Felser Company, your siding, windows, roofing, awning, doors, and patio room experts. There's no seltzer with Felser.
Okay, and we are back with you live now. Chris Koharski and I'm Alex Benares. Why don't you take a look at those scores that are from games that are going on right now?
Yeah, the WPIL playoffs. Everything on tap tonight except for AAA. In the other Quad A game, Penn Hills leads Upper St. Clair 7-6 at halftime. The winner of this game will meet the winner of that game at Heinz Field next Saturday. Also, in Class AA, it's Jeanette leading Beaver 8-7. Aliquippa all over Freedom 30-0 in Class AA. In Class Single A, it's Rochester beating Springdale 7-0. Clariton is beating Stowe Rocks 14-10. And in the PIAA playoffs, Erie Cathedral Prep leads Brashear 24-7.
There you see Art Walker Jr. with his team about him in the end zone. And, you know, Chris, he's probably saying at this point, hey, guys, just keep it up. You got another 24 minutes, and then you're on your way to Heinz Field to play for the most coveted championship in Western Pennsylvania, the WPIAL championship.
And Coach Walker's been there before. Did not like his first trip there. It wasn't a pleasant one. Well, Central Catholic's never won a WPIAL title in football. They've won a state title back in 1988. It was the first year that they had state playoffs. Upper St. Clair was actually the WPIAL champions, but they elected not to go to state playoffs, so Central Catholic was the representative. They went to Altoona, and they won the championship. North Hills, as you mentioned earlier, Alex, also with the state championship on their belt. So both these teams, though, first WPIAL championship, that's your first goal, and then you hope you can get to Hershey.
I was up in Altoona the year that North Hills played in that championship. Man, you talk about a cold night.
Hey,
it's
yeah.
like one of those like Lembo Field cold nights. It was freezing, but they managed to pull out the win late in the game. As the teams come out, Pittsburgh Central Catholic, Chris, will receive to start the second half.
Some key first half stats. The running back battle here between Andrew Johnson and Eugene Jarvis. Johnson did have 10 carries for 57 yards, but like we mentioned, didn't break that big one. Could not break the big one to get into the end zone. Eugene Jarvis has 6 carries for 88 yards, of course 65 yards coming on that touchdown run that put Central Catholic up 17-0. The quarterback battle, Shane Murray 4 for 7 for 62 yards. Ryan Lehmeyer 1 for 3 for 6 yards and one interception. So Central Catholic with a 17-0 lead. The 40-yard interception return by Fitzgerald, the 26-yard field goal by Shuley, and then the 65-yard touchdown run by Jarvis. That looks a lot like what North Hills did last week in the first half. The Gateway, North Hills has to turn the tables here in the second half. Central's going to get the ball first. North Hills defense needs to make a big play sometime in this third quarter.
So Fitzgerald back, the return man, along with Eugene Jarvis. Here comes Chris Everett as he kicks it away. And on the one bounce, here comes Jarvis over the 10 and 15. 20 outside 25 and is brought out at the 28-yard line. First down and 10 for Pittsburgh Central Catholic.
The Vikings had some opportunities in that first half, but got down to the red zone of North Hills. Only managed to get 3 points on those 2 trips. It was the big run by Jarvis that finally got them on the board with a touchdown from the offensive end. So North Hills defense has been pretty good tonight, except for that one play. That one play turned into 7 points.
So it is first down and 10 to go from the 28-yard line by Pittsburgh Central Catholic. And Murray works from the I formation, wide out, and twins out to that far side. They go with Jarvis, who gets the call, 2 yards on the gain. Let's give him 3. As he will stretch it down low to the 31-yard line of the Vikings.
Well, it was interesting last week, Woodland Hills and Central Catholic. Central Catholic up 19-0 at halftime. Woodland Hills got the ball first in that game, Alex. Went 19 plays, took 11 and a half minutes off the clock, and Central Catholic held them to 0 points. That was a turning point in that game. Central Catholic cruised from there. Now let's see if their offense can put them on cruise control.
2nd and 7 for Murray and company from the 31-yard line of the Vikings of Pittsburgh Central. Handoff again. There goes Jarvis again, and he was wrapped around about the 34-yard line, but doing a good job maintaining his balance. Picks up additional yardage to the 39-yard line. That was Corey Lasik who got the initial hit and really slowed up Jarvis. And Jarvis finally went down, and it is going to be first down and 10 yardage for the Vikings.
Well, Jarvis isn't big, but he showed you some strength there. Lasik looked like he had a hold of him, and Jarvis kept his balance, like you said, Alex, and just tiptoed for another 4 or 5 yards. And good strength by the junior tailback, Eugene Jarvis.
Totten to the top of the screen, Fitzgerald to the short right. Shane Murray under center, the I formation behind him. And he will hand it off and nowhere to go. Again, on the carry. That was Jarvis coming up to make the stop. That's Mike Zerwine.
Yeah, Zerwin got him high. Jordan Levere got him low, but a big hit. Watch this. Zerwin comes in, pow. That's how you get Jarvis down. Hit him low and hit him high at the same time. There's not a running back in the world, I think, can get away from a tackle like that. Good job by North Hills on first down.
Second down, 11 to go for the Vikings. This time they work from their own 38. And they have McLean in the backfield, and he takes the handoff, and nobody surprised by North Hills that time as they came up and make the stuff coming up. That was for North Hills, I believe. That was Mike Schmidt. And he just plugged that hole up, and it's going to be third down and 12 now.
Two major statements there by North Hills defense, both punishing hits for the Indians. Good job by Schmidt coming right off the line, beating his blocker and just pounding McLean into the ground. Big third down here for the Vikings.
Yeah, third down and 12. And they fake the draw play. Murray unleashing it downfield, pass incomplete, intended for Fitzgerald. And that'll bring up fourth down. And so the North Hills defense, Chris, early in this second half, should I say, have done their job and have held Pittsburgh Central Catholic.
You know, actually, I think you're right. Fitzgerald thought that ball was for him, but I think that ball is actually for Pelusi. But there was great coverage by North Hills on both receivers. The ball sailed a little bit on Murray, but couldn't get the Pelusi way over the head of Fitzgerald. Good job by North Hills after giving them the initial first down to get a stop here. Now their offense has to go to work, but watch special teams, Alex. They returned a punt last week for a touchdown.
Zangaro and Kappas, the return men back for North Hills. Zangaro lets it go. Kappas on the one bounce from the 30 to the 35. Maybe about the 35 he'll inch his way. So the Indians will start out, Chris, first possession of the second half. Not bad field position at all from their own 35-yard line.
I think what North Hills needs right now from the offensive side of the ball is some confidence. Somebody to make a big play.
Let's take this timeout. 17-0. The Vikings on top. You're watching Comcast Friday Night Football.
You know, it's tough to get the family around the table these days.
Where's he going?
Places to go.
I'll be right back. And where's she going?
Things to do.
I'll go find out.
Maybe you need a new family. Or maybe all you really need is a new table. Olhausen, America's favorite pool table.
Call West Penn Billiards. Get the best price and service only at West Penn Billiards.
And we are back with you here at Newman Stadium. First down and 10 for North Hills, Chris, and they will start this position at their own 35-yard line as they come to the line. Kappas to the top of the screen. Johnson in the backfield. Laymeyer sends a man, Lasik, in motion. Wing back off on that far right side. Laymeyer takes his time under center, fakes the handoff to Johnson, rolls out to the right, dumps it off in the flat. Kappas pulls it in, trying to stutter step and get through an oncoming tackler or two, and he will get about 3.
Kappas that time running the little curl pattern. Tried to go backwards, though, Alex, and try to get around some of the Central defenders. But you know what? Central's defense is too quick for that. Kappas has got to do a little north and south here, kind of maybe fall forward to get about 3 or 4 yards. You see there, they converge pretty good. Pelusi, the defensive end, going out there to make the play. So good job by Central. Kappas caught the ball, but just couldn't get upfield.
Second down and 7. The ball on the 38-yard line of North Hills. Kappas, the wingman. And Laymeyer under center needs 7 to pick up the first down for the Indians. Dumps it off to Johnson in the flat over the 40-45. First down yardage as Andrew Johnson pulls in the pass from Laymeyer and extends it up the field to the 48-yard line. First down and 10 for North Hills.
Pat Fitzgerald coming up to make the tackle, but not before Andrew Johnson found some room to run. And you see there, that's the kind of position you need to get him in the open field, catching the ball on the run. North Hills needs to execute plays like that a little bit more tonight. That's how they're going to move the football on Central Catholic's defense.
First and 10 from the 48-yard line. Castellano is sent out with teammate Andrew Janeski. They are on the top side of the screen. Pro set in the backfield. Handoff to Johnson. Second back through. Explodes on his way to the 46-yard line as he will pick up about 6 yards on that gain. It'll be second down 4.
Good blocking up front by the Indians. Johnson finding some room in between the tackles that time. A good first down gain for North Hills. They need to do that, and I believe this is the first time they're into Central Catholic territory.
I believe you're right, Chris. Let's take a look at, and again, they fake to the first back, go to Johnson, and he makes about 6 yards happen on that run. It's second down and 4. The ball is at the 46-yard line of the Vikings. Laymeyer again with Johnson tight behind him. Fakes the end around, keeps it to the left side. Johnson goes, or should I say quarterback Laymeyer. And Laymeyer will get to the 45, or should I say 35 or 36-yard line. And it'll be first down again and 10 to go for North Hills.
Watch the patience of Laymeyer on this play. He knows he's got blockers in front of him, and what he does, he makes sure he finds the right hole right there. He sees it, runs uphill, breaks one tackle, and a shoestring tackle brings down Laymeyer, but not before he gets another first down for the Indians.
So it is first down and 10 for North Hills from the Viking 36, Castellano and Janeski out to the right side. A tight pro set behind Laymeyer, hands it off. Kappas, the second back through that time. And he will extend it over the 35 and down to the 33-yard line. About a 4-yard gain on that run. And boy, you really have to watch, of course, for Andrew Johnson, but what a compliment Chris Kappas has been this season.
Yeah, I mean, Johnson gets all the focal point from the other teams and a lot of the media, but Kappas is a good football player. He makes things happen, and you have to keep an eye on him as well. He will hurt you in so many different ways, and again, he hasn't been able to break that big one yet. One of the two, either him or Johnson's going to have to make a big play offensively for the Indians.
Second down, 7 to go. North Hills at the Vikings 33. Johnson to the right. Nothing there. Let's see what he can do to the left, and he's going backwards, folks. Let's see, though, maybe he can still make something good out of this. And he'll take it back to the 32. So after all that running, probably 100 yards or so, he'll net about a yard or two in the game.
Yeah, he's going to be a little tired after that one. He gets the water bottle thrown at him right on the field. And,
yeah, they know what he needs.
But yeah, he's, like you said, Alex, he's trying to make something happen. I like the effort by Andrew Johnson. You know, sometimes those plays where you reverse field like that, you get some penalties, but sometimes you can actually break one. He almost broke one there. He got around the initial rush there, but again, give Central some credit. From behind, I believe that was Shane Murray, the quarterback who plays defense now for Central, chasing him down from behind. Now a third down for the Indians.
Big play, third down and about 5 yards to go. Kappas the motion. They go with the end around the Kappas, and he'll take it to the 30, and that is about it. He needed to get to the 26. He'll be 4 yards shy.
Well, that's
fourth down.
That's that same play they ran earlier in the game. Kappas gets the handoff. He has the option to pitch the ball to Johnson, and I thought he should have pitched it there, Alex. Johnson did not have anybody on him, but Kappas decided to pull it up. Shane Murray was actually out there in the end watching Johnson a little bit, but I think right there you got to get the ball in the hands of Johnson, see if he can make the big play. Instead, Central stops them on third down. Fourth down for the Indians.
Fourth down and 4 from the 30-yard line. So Laymeyer will work with receivers to the left and to the right. They fake the end around this time. Laymeyer will try to stretch it out over the 30. And boy, it's going to be close, but I don't know. The Vikings say he didn't make it. Let's wait and see where the mark goes with the official.
Boy, there was a collision down there between Laymeyer and one of the Central players. It's all going to depend on the mark by the referees. Like you said, Alex, he needed to get right to about the 26-yard line. And the ball is sitting, as you can see, the tip of it is on the 26. This is going to be all about chains here, Alex.
Yeah, you're right. It could be a matter of inches.
Laymeyer just trying to be patient again, watching the blocks. And again, one of the Central players coming up and making the play. Laymeyer falling out of bounds, and boy, is this a crucial play here in this game.
Well, we see the ball just outside the 26, and across the field, here they come. They're going to stretch out the sticks and see exactly how close that Ryan Laymeyer has gotten the ball. Let's see. We're going to have a good, perfect view of it. And it's going to be inches short.
So the Central D comes up big. North Hills finally got some momentum going there on that drive, but they cannot convert on fourth down. And Central Catholic will take over the ball with 4:19 left here in the third quarter.
Well, we have had word that the quarterback for Pittsburgh Central, Shane Murray, was injured on that play, and they're taking a look at him. Let's wait and see who we got the backup here.
It's actually Jarvis will come in and play. The tailback comes in and plays quarterback. He's the backup. He had to do this in the Woodland Hills game the first time around, not the playoff game, but the first time around. Murray came out cramped up a little bit and left for 3 plays. Jarvis was left to run the offense, but then Murray was able to come back in. So let's see how serious that is. Hopefully for Central Catholic, they can get their quarterback back out on the field. But now they have a new thing to worry about, Alex. Jarvis is going to have the ball right in his hands, and they can do a lot of different things with him.
Well, that indeed is the case, as Jarvis will set up first down and 10 from his own 26-yard line. And he will hand it off on that left side. That's Jesse McLean who will take it, and McLean will fight to the 31.
McLean, good second effort there. Looked like he was initially stopped for only about a yard gain, but he just kept his feet moving, fell forward, and gets a nice first down gain on the play. And don't expect Central Catholic here to do anything fancy. They're not gonna, they have a nice big lead. They're just going to try to control the ball here while Jarvis has to take snaps.
Second down and 6, man going in motion. Fake the handoff. It's going to be Jarvis who keeps it on the left side. And Jarvis will get enough of a push to pick up a Viking first down to the 39.
And that's a nice play there. Again, they're running the option play both times to the left side where they like that side of the line, and Jarvis just ran right down the line, got around the corner, and gets a first down for the Vikings. And right now, I think North Hills has to change their defensive strategy a little bit. I mean, Jarvis, I don't think is going to throw the ball unless he absolutely has to, or maybe on a trick play type situation. But right now, they got to watch him running the football.
So it is first down and 10 for the Vikings. They give it to McLean, who will try the left tackle side. And McLean will forward it to the 42. And let's give Mr. McLean about 2.5 to 3 yards on that pickup.
When Central Catholic was leading last week against Woodland Hills 19-0, Woodland Hills went on that big long drive in the third quarter. Central Catholic after that just kind of went into cruise control, kind of like they're forced to right now. They're just going to keep the ball on the ground, try to chew up that clock.
Yeah, why not if it works? And you got a guy like Jarvis, a quarterback, that can do so much like he is here. He takes it now. Look at that, reversing field to the left. There is a flag down in the play, and Kappas steps it up to make the tackle on Jarvis. But again, a flag down, Chris, in that backfield. Probably we're going to see a hold call against Pittsburgh Central Catholic.
Yeah, North Hills made a lot of holding mistakes in the first half. Now we're going to see Central called for one, and that's what happens. Again, when you reverse field like that, players kind of get caught in no man's land and try to make a play. I didn't see exactly what happened or who was called for the hold, but it was called. So Jarvis, after getting about 3 or 4 yards on the gain, this one's going to push Central back, and
there he goes.
Again, it was actually behind the play, so they're going to lose a lot of yardage on this penalty here.
You know, this could be good for North Hills if they can hold the Vikings back. It will give the North Hills Indians probably outstanding field position as Shane Murray checks back into the game, and that's good news for Central Catholic fans. So he will set up this time from the shotgun formation. Second down in a shuttle bus as the ball is at the 25-yard line. They swing it out to Jarvis. Jarvis on the left side pulls in the pass, fumbles the football. It's loose, and North Hills gets it. Big turnover.
I didn't see who made the hit, but the recovery, I think, was by Matthew Zangaro.
Matt Zangaro makes the big play for North Hills.
Actually, I was wrong, Alex. It was Jordan Levere, 31. I thought it was 21 initially, but I didn't see who actually made the hit. Here you see Jarvis come out on the corner, and He kind of just tripped up. It looked like one of the North Hills players tripped him, and as he was diving forward, the ball just came loose.
Okay, we're going to take a timeout. Oh, we're going to hold on here as the Indians will come up to the line. First down and 10 at the 34-yard line of Pittsburgh Central Catholic. Lamar has his man, Kappas, in motion from the right to the left. Back swing past Kappas out of the backfield on the left side over the 30 and down to the 26. So that time they utilized Kappas coming across the line and swing it out to him in the flat. Get some good yardage.
Well, North Hills has an opportunity here. First turnover of the game by Central Catholic. And again, the Indians trying to get some big plays from Johnson and Kappas. They swing Kappas out. He actually ran into his blocker, Castellano. But a good first down game for the Indians, and there's no doubt about it. They have to get some points on the board here to stay in this game.
So there's second down and about 1.5 yards to go. For North Hills working from the 25-yard line. They hand it off to Johnson. And nothing doing for Andrew Johnson, who takes the handoff right at the line. And he is stuffed and shut down immediately. It'll be third down and 2.
We'll actually lose a yard on the play. And you know what, though? It doesn't really matter at this point because you are in 4-down territory here. 3rd and 2. You might as well try a run, see if Johnson can break one. He couldn't get there that time, but still the Indians are going to have 2 opportunities here probably to get a yard. Actually 2 yards. So anything goes with the play calling at this point.
Janeski and Castellano to the top of the screen. Corey Lasik sets up wing back off on that right side, or should I say the split back set. They hand it off through the middle. And that's Chris Kappas, who will pick up first down yardage. Chris Kappas takes it through the middle. It looks as though indeed he has picked up first down yardage with 43 seconds to go in this third quarter, and North Hills down 17-0.
On the initial mark, I thought it was a first down, but we're going to see the referees are going to take a break, take a measurement here.
Yeah, let's see. The officials are going to mark it down, and I don't know if they're going to want to measure that. They may indeed want to.
Yeah, I thought he had it from the initial mark, but they have a better angle of it than I do up here in the booth. 43 seconds left in the third quarter. And even if the Indians don't get it here, they're going to be about inches away, and they're going to have a chance to go for it on fourth down, but I think he had it.
Yep, first down by about a length of the football, maybe a little more.
Yeah, you had it right the first time, Alex. Good eyes there, and new set of downs for the Indians. And you know what here? You gotta kind of get a couple plays out of this third quarter. See a forward progress there by Kappas because the clock's against you right now. You don't want to just let the clock run out here in this quarter. You can get maybe 2 or 3 more plays in here. You have to do that if you're Jack McCurry and the Indians.
So the Indians first down and 10 at the 23-yard line of the Vikings. Man in motion is Kappas. Lamar back short drop. Little swing out to Kappas. And he will get back to the line. And quickly, all the defensive players collapse around the body of Chris Kappas. And they give him about 2 yards. So let's call second down and 8 yards to go.
They ran that play on the first play of this drive after the turnover. Worked a little better. Too much congestion over there for Kappas to even get some running room. And that is going to be the last play of the third quarter.
And the score. Pittsburgh Central Catholic 17, North Hills nothing. We'll take a timeout, and you're enjoying Comcast Friday Night Football.
Something special for dinner.
Our butcher can cut something fresh for you right now.
Perfect.
Be sure to get to your Fresher Foodland for all your tailgating or at-home party needs. Foodland, close to home.
The North Hills cheerleaders trying to get their fans a little excited as their team is down by 17. But Chris, even though there's a full quarter ahead, big important drive here for North Hills.
Yeah, and this Central Catholic defense has been so tough here in the playoffs. I think they've only given up 14 points in now 11 quarters. I think a lot of those were late points against McKeesport's first team defense doing an outstanding job against great football teams. But they're going to need to hold on for one more quarter. North Hills not desperate yet, but this is an important drive right here. If they don't put the ball in the end zone, it's not looking good for the Indians. But if they do score here and they score quickly, lots of time left on the clock.
Alex Penarmius and Chris Gaharski and the Light Media crew with you tonight from Wexford, Pennsylvania. Semi-final action in the WPIAL playoffs. North Hills now 2nd down and 8. From the 22-yard line of the Vikings, Kappas man in motion. From the right across the field to the left, they got trips out that side, and Lamar goes down. Sack made back at the 27-yard line. Coming up, that was John Scholl who was there, and he is quickly on top of Ryan Lamar, and Lamar had no time to react.
Well, again, Central's shown blitz all night, but they've fallen back every time they've shown it. That time, Scholl just comes from the outside, untouched. Lamar just had no chance. The blitz works at a perfect time for Central Catholic. North Hills got caught there with not enough blocking on that left side. Give Lamar credit just holding on to the football because he took a crushing hit from Scholl. And again, we're in 4-down territory as far as I'm concerned for the Indians, but they have a tough 3rd down situation coming up here.
Well, 5-yard sack will make it 3rd down and 13 from the 26-yard line. As quarterback Lamar now, there's a flag down as it's thrown on the field, and delay of game will be called against North Hill. So I think Lamar for a second thought about calling a timeout, as he knew delay of game was inevitable, but does not make it, and they'll march it back 5 yards.
And that's the worst time for it, too. You know, when you get those in the first quarter, kind of shake your head, but on 3rd down and 13 with the game on the line, that's the 5 yards you can ill afford to lose. It's been tough enough going for the Indians offense tonight. Let's see if Jack McCurry pulls something out of his bag of tricks here. When you're desperate at this time of the game, sometimes you have to try something a little different, see if they can catch Central off guard and have somebody make a big play for the Indians.
So it's 3rd down and 18 from the 31-yard line of Pittsburgh Central Catholic. Lamar, little swing pass to Johnson out of the backfield on the right side. Now Johnson trying to reverse field, but nowhere to go. And that was Derek Sioka who comes up and hits Johnson in the backfield and will cause an additional loss.
And again, just caught him by the shoe. Johnson trying to jump out of it. He's, again, good, like you said, kind of cut back. Again, lots of blockers out there. But there, wow, just a great tackle there for Central Catholic. And now a 4th down and a long way to go. Let's see what the Indians do here.
Well, 4th down and 20. Trying to pull out the Hail Mary beads here. They need to get into the end zone, and they need to get in quick. Lamar, flushed from the pocket, rolls out, and he's going to be pulled down from behind at the 29-yard line by Pittsburgh Central Catholic's Adam Young.
Well, again.
Well, it's going to be taken over by Pittsburgh Central Catholic on downs. They have a 17-0 lead. We'll take this timeout. Comcast Friday Night Football.
Looks like you've got quite a cart full, Mrs. Williams.
I love those red tags, Pete.
Stop in and check out all the great red tag savings this week at Foodland. Foodland, close to home for the holidays.
Eugene Jarvis on 1st down gets the call as he dives ahead on that right side and will advance the football to the 37-yard line. Nice 7-yard rip on the run by Eugene Davis will make it 2nd down and 3.
Well, I mean, this is going to be Jarvis
left, Jarvis right, and Jarvis up the middle.
And I think they're going to throw a little bit of McLean in there also. That's exactly what Central Catholic did against Woodland Hills. They have the 3-touchdown lead here, basically. 2 touchdowns and a field goal if you want to be exactly correct. But right now, they just got to go in cruise control, take time off that clock.
2nd down and 3 as they hand it off to Jarvis, who has his pins knocked out from under him. A few North Hills defenders come in to make the stuff. I believe, let's see, for North Hills, that was Mike Schmidt, and also that was Mike Serwan.
Going back to that 4th down play for North Hills, something very interesting I saw on that play. Andrew Johnson was left in to block on that play. That's kind of surprising there. I think you want Johnson out in a pass pattern. He's your best athlete on the field.
Out.
Yeah, or at least, if you're not going to him as the initial player, I mean, he just kind of stayed in and blocked, and he wasn't part of the pass pattern on 4th down when the game's on the line, and thought it was an interesting call by North Hills.
3rd down, a long 2. Here comes the pitch. Eugene Jarvis, a few little moves, and Jarvis over the 40-yard line of the Vikings, and that'll be first down yardage on the carry by Jarvis.
D'Alessandro coming in to make the tackle, but a little too late as Jarvis just falls forward. He knew what he needed to do there, and he gets the first down for the Vikings, and they'll get a fresh set of downs here with 8:48 on the clock, and it's moving. And Central Catholic can't have it move fast enough as they are in control here. 17-0 Vikings.
First down and 10 from the 41-yard line. Totten to the top of the screen. Bros set. Back behind Shane Murray. Murray through the middle to Jarvis again. Spin move inside by Jarvis over the 40 to the 46.
Tell you the most important thing here for Jarvis, he's got to hold on to that football. We saw him fumble earlier in this game, but right now he can't sacrifice the extra yards here to have that ball out loose. I think he did a good job there of protecting it, but that's the one thing. His major responsibility right now is don't turn the ball over. If you can't get first downs, just put your defense, who's played so well tonight, back on the field and let them do what they've done best tonight, and that's stop North Hill's offense.
Second down and 4 yards to go for Pittsburgh Central Catholic. They have a 17-0 advantage, as you see Arden Walker Jr. on the far sidelines. Murray again, the tight pro set, about 4 yards behind him, hands it off. Goes back through on the call, and stumbling around, that's J.C. McLean. So McLean again, straight ahead. Nothing fancy there, Chris, on that run. McLean just keeps it and says, hey, bring me down if you can. And McLean rips off another first down run by Pittsburgh Central Catholic.
Again, Jake Barzin got a hand on him. Actually took his legs out from under him, but it was too late. Already past the first down marker. And Central Catholic, they'll take chunks of yardage right here. They don't need the break one. All they need to do is just maintain possession and keep getting 10 yards every 3 downs, and they could take this one home with them.
They go with Totten to the bottom of the screen. Pro set. Shane Murray works from his own, or should I say from the North Hills 43. Eugene Jarvis again trying to find a little bit of running room, but not much there that time on the run as he goes through the middle.
And again, up front, Brian Hentos and John Hermna.
Jordan Levere comes in and makes a stop for North Hills. Jordan Levere, by the way, an excellent wrestler as well, as he has come up through the North Hills system. Started as a freshman, one of the few that starts as a freshman for Jack McCurry. So it is second down, 8 yards to go from the 42-yard line. They go with Fitzgerald to the right. Blaymire with 2 tight ends in this formation, or should I say Murray, as he will hand it off to Jarvis. Again through the middle, avoids a few tacklers and then turns on the juice. Inside the 20, and the Indians finally catch up with him, but not until he gets first down yardage to the 17.
Wayne Jarvis really breaking some tackles there. It wasn't just speed that time. That was good running by the junior tailback, Eugene Jarvis. He just really, breaks one tackle, 2, 3, 4 Indians had a chance to get him.
Finally, Andrew Johnson and Corey Lasik come up.
But that was a little too late for the Indians, and right now, if Central puts this one in, it's just going to be an exclamation point on their night.
So it is first down and 10 to go from the 17-yard line of North Hills. Murray again works with 2 tight ends, and they hand it off through the middle, and McLean right through the line to the 10-yard line.
Again, that offensive line for Central Catholic's pretty much controlled this whole game up front. North Hills had some momentum a couple times, but the Vikings, right now when it counts in the fourth quarter, have been just gaining yardage on the ground, running the clock. And they're about to hit pay dirt again. It's going to be up to somebody in North Hills to try to strip the ball or do something here to get the Indians the ball back, but it's not looking good right now for North Hills.
Second down, 3 yards to go from the 10-yard line for the Vikings. Murray hands it off. Jarvis, and he is brought down quickly on the play by North Hills as he has stood up at the 8. Coming up for the North Hills Indian, that's Jake Barzin, who makes the stuff on the carry. And it'll be the third down, about a yard to go, Chris.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to wonder here, even if they don't get it here on third down, maybe they just try to run the ball these next 2 plays. You don't want to risk maybe a blocked field goal. The Indians blocked a field goal earlier in this game. So you got to figure right now, Coach Walker's just going to try to surge forward.
Third down, a yard to go And again, Jarvis will take it. And I don't think he got forward progress to get that first down.
Let's see where they mark it. Like I said, if they didn't, they're going to measure it here, Alex. But if they didn't, nope, they're not going to measure it. They're going to say first down. So
okay, so he does indeed take it down close to about the 7. So it'll be first down and goal for the Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, 4 minutes, 17 seconds on the clock, and the Vikings are that amount away from returning to Heinz Field. They were there a couple years ago. Lost to Woodland Hills. It's all a matter of who they'll play. Unless North Hills comes up with a miracle here tonight.
Vikings trying to put a nail in the coffin to North Hills now. Goal to go. They hand it off from the 7, and McLean gets the call off that left side, and he will take it down to the 4.
The Central Catholic team playing their best football when you need to. That's the end of the year. You know, they lost that game to Woodland Hills in overtime. You know, it was kind of a hurdle they were trying to jump over, and they couldn't get it done then. But Coach Walker said that kind of brought our team together. Since then, they have been one of the best teams in the state of Pennsylvania, and they've proven it here tonight.
Second and goal, ball on the 4, man going in motion. Little pitch back to Jarvis, right side, nice cut back inside down to the 1. So a good job by the 5'7", 160-pound junior to make a nice cutback, Chris, down close to the 1, and LaVere on the tackle for North Hills. So it'll be third down and goal from the 1.
Again, they're just not doing anything fancy here. This time they try the quick pitch to Jarvis, see if he can get to the corner of the end zone. He cuts it back, and a couple of the Indians come up and stop him from getting in the end zone.
And there is a timeout on the field, so an injury. We'll take a timeout, 17-0. The Vikings on top. You're watching Comcast Friday Night Football.
You know, it's tough to get the family around the table these days.
Where's he going?
Places to go.
I'll be right back. And where's she going?
Things to do.
I'll go find out.
Maybe you need a new family. Or maybe all you really need is a new table. Olhausen, America's favorite pool table.
Call West Penn Billiards. Get the best price and service only at West Penn Billiards.
3:10 to go in this game. Ball on the 1-yard line, third down and goal to go for Pittsburgh Central Catholic. The Vikings with 17 points, Chris, scored in the first half. No points so far. Goose Eggs up by North Hills so far in the game, and no points scored in the second half by the Vikings, and they're going to try to change that right now. Murray to Jarvis, hurdles into the air and into the end zone for the Vikings touchdown.
So Eugene Jarvis, a great drive by Central Catholic here to put this game away. Jarvis going in 1 yard out, his second touchdown of the evening. Central Catholic is 2 minutes and 49 seconds from heading to Heinz Field for the WPIAL Quad A Championship. Good job by Jarvis, his 27th touchdown of the season.
Sholey kicks it, and it is good. So with 2:49 to go, 24-0, the Vikings on top of North Hills. We'll take this timeout, and you're watching Comcast Friday Night Football.
When it comes to planning your new kitchen, turn to Manor House Kitchens, Pittsburgh's first name in kitchen design.
At Manor House Kitchens, what we do is kitchens. That's the only thing that we do. And we do it really, really well. People here really understand and know the product that they're selling, and they're proud to sell what they're selling. That's the big difference.
Manor House Kitchens. Visit our website or one of our Pittsburgh area showrooms today.
Here comes the Vikings kickoff team. Well, if you're the North Hills Indians, it's been a great run, but it will end here in week 12, and Pittsburgh Central moves on to Heinz Field to take on the winner of Upper St. Clair and Penn Hills. That game also going on tonight.
And Eugene Jarvis has led the way here tonight. 19 carries, 148 yards. And the 2 touchdowns, there you see him scoring the second one of the evening for the junior tailback. And Andrew Johnson, a lot of people talk about him tonight. He was kind of held in check, only 65 yards for the senior. He was headed to the University of Pittsburgh, and it's got to be sweet for Central Catholic tonight. Eugene Jarvis having a big game to get them to the finals.
Week, right?
He had
Big game last week.
Over 100 yards last week against Woodland Hills.
3 touchdowns, right?
And over North Hills. North Hills has one of the best defenses in Quad A, but Jarvis has done a really great job tonight, along with that offensive line for the Vikings.
Surely a low kick as Kappas will pick it up, and Kappas over the 20-25. And to the 29 he goes. And the Indians offense will come out as Kappas will pull himself off the turf here at newly renovated Newman Stadium in Wexford, Pennsylvania. Alex Benarmius, Chris Koharski with you, and we'll thank the Light Media crew in a few seconds. They did a fine job all season.
Julius Hobson making the play on Kappas on the kickoff return. Well, now if you're North Hills, see if you can get some points at least, avoid the shutout. Central Catholic on a shutout streak right now. They shut out Woodland Hills, very potent offense, and now they're shutting out North Hills. And the Indian players, they won't give up though. Let's see if they can muster something here late in the game.
Working from their 29-yard line. Laymeyer back to throw. Sideliner out, flag down. Kappas makes the reception to the 35. But again, there is a flag down on the play.
This might go against Central this time. I think they might have hit one of the receivers while the ball was in the air. Let's see if that's what the call is. It's in the middle of the field. Yeah, it's a holding penalty on Central Catholic. That was at the middle of the field. Kappas out on the right side. Laymeyer firing a strike. Kappas bringing it in for a nice first down gain. Let's see if they take the penalty here instead. I believe they will, because I think that's an automatic first down.
It's been a pleasure working with you over the past 12 weeks.
Yeah, we took a lot of travels here.
Yeah. Gotta love it though,
Comcast right? Sending us all over Western Pennsylvania, down to Greene County. We made a visit down to Westmoreland County. Saw a lot of great high school football, all different levels, from Quad A, Triple A, Double A, Single A, all the way to the City League. It's been a great year of high school football, and still 1 week to go here in district play, and then off to the state playoffs for a lot of these teams.
First down and 10 from the 40-yard line of North Hills. Draw play handoff to Johnson. And there's what we've been waiting for all night. Johnson breaking it. And he can make it in for the touchdown, and there he goes. Little too little, Chris, little too late, but that's what you expected tonight, and that's why he's going to Pitt.
Yeah, I mean, if he breaks this in the first half, we might have a game, but Andrew Johnson, again, showing that speed, gets to the outside. It seems like every game he at least has one of those runs. Unfortunately for the Indians, it's here in the fourth quarter, down now 18 points. And
nice to see as he was coming back after that run, he high-fiving some of his teammates from Central Catholic.
I mean, there's no real, I mean, between the players, there's no ill feelings. They were friends with Andrew. He went for his own reasons. And, you know, they want to beat each other because they want to advance to the finals. That's all it's about here. But
that's speed.
That's his best run of the night. He only had 65 yards going into that carry, but he'll go over 100 now. And here goes North Hills for 2.
Laymeyer will try to throw in for 2. Looks. Now he dishes it in, and it goes incomplete. 24-6, the Vikings on top of the Indians. We'll take this time out, and you're enjoying Comcast Friday Night Football.
When it comes to planning your new kitchen, turn to Manor House Kitchens, Pittsburgh's first name in kitchen design.
At Manor House Kitchens, what we do is kitchens. That's the only thing that we do. And we do it really, really well. People here really understand and know the product that they're selling, and they're proud to sell what they're selling. That's the big difference.
Manor House Kitchens. Visit our website or one of our Pittsburgh area showrooms today.
Hey, thanks to all the sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible, along with Comcast. Let these sponsors know you enjoy high school football on Comcast, because you want to see it back next year. Great to have it live every week. Make sure they know that you appreciate their sponsorship of Comcast Friday and Saturday Night Football.
Yeah, a lot of people making this thing happen, from the people at Comcast, dedicated to giving people in Western Pennsylvania their their local sports, their local connection, and that's what they've been doing all season long. Tonight, the playoffs, a big game. They said, we'll go live. They did that. Light Media putting together great production. Real good help here from some of our football friends here in Western Pennsylvania.
Right.
Rick Smith from Red Zone and Guy Junker from NSN Sports and Jerry DePaula from the Pittsburgh Tribune Review. We thank them for helping us make this a complete broadcast tonight. And onside kick time for the Indians.
Well, let's see. You never know. I mean, hate to say it's over with 2:03, but...
Well, the other thing, too, that kind of hurt North Hills is that if they get the 2-point conversion there, they only need to score 2 more times. And now they need to score 3 more times, and that's asking a lot. But you know what? We've seen stranger things happen in football.
I know.
And right now, North Hills is getting a sideline warning.
A lot of the fans here for North Hills have left, and people for Pittsburgh Central making their way out. Here we go. Attempt the onside kick by North Hills. I believe that's going to be Kappas who will do the duties. And reverse field kick, and it's pulled in by one of the upbacks, and he's off to the races. Fitzgerald makes a nice cutback. Fitzgerald could be gone. There's a flag down, and so is Fitzgerald.
No, I don't think you can return that. I'm not too sure about the rule there.
Well, let's wait and see. But anyway, he made it look good, right?
Yeah, they blew the whistle right away. Let's see what the official says here. Offsides.
Against North Hills.
So they blew the whistle right away. That's actually a break for North Hills.
Yeah.
And Art Walker's wondering why they blew. Art Walker's on the sidelines now wondering why they blew the whistle. But it was blown right away, so some of the Indians stopped playing there. But North Hills is going to get a break here, move it back 5 yards and try it again. Otherwise, it would have been 6 points for the Indians. There's some weird rules in high school with onside kicks, too. That's why I wasn't sure if that would even count. Maybe that's why they were blowing the whistle, but it was an offsides instead.
So Kappas will try it again. Let's see what direction.
Yeah, I thought offsides shouldn't be. That's not a dead ball. That should be run the play and then they call it afterwards. I thought that was the rule, but who knows?
Kappas' kick goes 10 yards, and one of the upbacks falls on the ball and short-handedly comes down with it, and so the Vikings will come out. First down and 10 at the Indian 46-yard line. Thanks to Light Media, producer-director Curtis G., technical director Dan Clamert, audio director Tim McGee, tape operator Carla McGee, graphics Steve Howe, camera Matt Kraft, Mike Reed Patmore, and Rachel Rechtenwald. We'll take a look at some of the other people that have been making tonight's broadcast possible a little later on. Again, camera assistant Rachel Rechtenwald. First down and 10 for the Vikings from the 45-yard line. Shane Murray goes with a lone setback, and he'll hand it off to McLean. As McLean powers to the 43-yard line of North Hills. So about 2 yards on that gain. We'll bring up second down and 8.
Well, North Hills is going to go down fighting here. They're going to use their timeouts and see if they can maybe have one last desperation here.
Okay, minute 56 to go in the game. North Hills down 24-6. We will take a timeout, and you're enjoying Comcast Friday Night Football.
You know, it's tough to get the family around the table these days.
Where's he going?
Places to go.
I'll be right back. And where's she going?
Things to do.
I'll go find out.
Maybe you need a new family. Or maybe all you really need is a new table. Olhausen, America's favorite pool table.
Call West Penn Billiards. Get the best price and service only at West Penn Billiards.
See that dog in that commercial jumped up on the table and ate that ham? That's my dog. I got 2 of them just like that. You know, what am I going to do? The wife loves them. I have to tolerate them. Second down now, and about 8 yards to go. As the Vikings will operate with a minute 56 remaining in the contest here tonight. So if you're Arne Walker Jr. and the Vikings, I guess you got to gear up and get ready for Heinz Field next week. As Murray will set from the eye. Through the middle, there goes Eugene Davis. And Davis picks up close to about 13 yards on the run.
He just keeps adding to his total. Big gain there for the junior tailback.
And that will take the ball down to the 31-yard line of North Hills. Clock still winding. Minute 35. From the 31-yard line, they go with Skeels to the top of the screen. Totten to the left. Murray goes with a lone set in the backfield, and he will hand it off. And again, driving ahead, that is Jesse McLean, senior, who has been intermittent with Eugene Jarvis throughout the night. And he will rip off about 6 yards on that run. 2nd down and 4.
Just taking a look down the road in Quad A football. Of course, the winner of this game, which looks like it's Central Catholic, is going to play the winner of Penn Hills and Upper St. Clair. And then after that game at Heinz Field, the winner advances to the state playoffs. Erie Cathedral Prep, Altoona. A couple of the teams still alive in the western side of the bracket.
The usual. 2nd down and 4, and Murray will take a knee. And that will propel this game towards its end.
Yeah, don't think they're going to have to run another one here, as State College isn't the other team in the western part
Always
of the bracket.
the same teams. Huh?
Well, there's not that many Quad A teams outside the WPIAL. And on the other side of the bracket, you got teams like Cumberland Valley and North Penn, who are likely one of the opponents for the Western final winner. But lots of football still to be played, and we got championships next week at Heinz Field, and Central Catholic is going back to Heinz Field.
Going down to the big dance. Sart Walker Jr. is Jack McCurry and his team will put to what they consider a quick ending to what could have been another week-long season, but they will head home, and Pittsburgh Central Catholic will move on. So it was a big game tonight. Pat Fitzgerald with the interception return. Sholey with the field goal, and also Eugene Jarvis with some outstanding play, and ended up being a 24-6 victory for Pittsburgh Central Catholic over North Hills tonight at Newman Stadium in Wexford.
Yeah, Jarvis 160 yards and 2 touchdowns, but Fitzgerald gave him the spark defensively, picking off that pass. And that we talked about momentum being in this game. That gave Central Catholic momentum. They just never lost it the rest of the game. North Hills with a great season. They have nothing to hang their heads about. They just came in tonight and got beat by a better football team, and nobody's playing as good as Central Catholic is right now. If you take a look at several of their last wins, man, they've beaten some good football teams. And they will battle one more in Heinz Field. If they can win that championship, it would be their first WPAL championship, and then that's off to the state playoffs.
Well, thanks again to the Light Media crew. Producer Director Curtis G. Technical Director Dan Clamert. Audio Director Tim McGee. Tape Operator Carla McGee. Graphics Steve Howell. Cameraman Matt Graff. Mike Reed. Pat Moore. Camera Assistant Rachel Rechtenwald. And for my partner for the year, Chris Gaharski, this is Alex Penarmius, and we hope you'd enjoy the season here. And this has been an edition of Comcast Friday Night Football.